Yeah, why do I
Adam,
know
I am
that?
the lore
What did you
keeper
say?
in every
We're
campaign I'm in.
live!
Hello, we're live.
Yay.
Oh no, she's gotta go.
Wearing my
Feeling so
war
sad.
shirt.
Oh.
This is,
Oh,
I guess,
yeah.
in essence, also my war shirt. Supposedly, my big death
Big
energy
death
shirt.
energy.
I just finished my mac and cheese, so I'm ready to go.
I have not yet finished my meat noodles.
Meat
Meat
noodles.
noodles.
I'm upset
No.
with the way you word use words
No,
today.
I think it's on purpose. You're
doing
just
it on
trying to
purpose.
rile us up for the bit.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
gonna be honest, I'm biting. I'm really upset.
I call it.
Mail store.
Wait, Matt, you're mad at
Mail
meat
store.
noodles?
No. I'm not that upset at meat noodles. I'm mad in general at every like 25 to 45 minutes of gameplay is meat noodles, mail store, whatever he called an
Capsicum.
orange bell pepper.
Hello, internet. Hello, chat. Nice to see you guys.
Yeah.
What I don't like about meat noodles is it's so
Everything.
unspecific. Like, I don't know what kind of meat. I don't know what kind of
Are
noodle.
the
You're not
noodles
supposed to.
meat?
You're not supposed to know. This is all the answers to
man.
that you're not supposed to know.
Isn't
Is there a
hot dog-
sauce? Is there
a
a
hot dog
sauce?
sort of a meat
For
noodle?
all you know, meat, the noodle and the
Fat.
meat are one and the same.
Matt, do you want me to leave
You
this
can't have a
campaign?
meat
Because I
noodle.
will.
Can't have meat noodles.
Look at ground turkey and pull
I
a
might
strand of that out
cry.
and tell me that's not just a noodle.
You know what happened to me once? Last time I was in the butcher, I was with my mom, and it was like I was in high school, and I had been vegetarian for a really long time. And I looked at her, I was like, "Mom, I'm about to pass out," and she was like, "No, you're not. You're being dramatic." And I was like, "Mom, I'm about to pass out," and she's like, "Stop being so dramatic. Like, we just gotta get what we gotta get." And then I passed out in the middle. It was just the blood and the smell.
Oh no.
And I passed out in the middle of a butcher, a nice little Italian butcher, and they. Ugh.
Well,
It's
that's
so sad.
that's such
Did they-
big growth for you now that we can sit here and say hot dogs are meat noodles, and that you haven't
No,
even
no.
passed out or quit.
Did you get like a free steak as like
about to.
oh, this will make you feel better?
On her head, just on the forehead.
Just like where she hit herself.
Oh my god.
I saw a similar thing happen at Disneyland, but it was a little girl and a dad. And the little girl was like, "I don't feel good." And the dad was like, "Come on, we gotta go." And she's like, "I don't feel good." And the dad was like, "Come on, we gotta go." And he's like pulling her hand, and then she like stopped, and then she barfed, but she tried to catch it in her hands,
Oh hell yeah.
and then just had like a handful of barf, and then looked up at her dad like, "This is your fault." And then he was like, "Oh," and like they disappeared. They were like
I was-
gone.
I've been there. I've done
I
that
was-
before. I'm
I
like,
was-
teleport and I just go.
I was
Oh,
that
I was
child.
that kid.
With basically anything in my life, I was that child.
Oof, it
My
was
dad had
rough.
to
rough.
get me to take medicine once, and I was like, "Dad, I'm gonna throw up if I take it. It's so bad. Like I couldn't do liquid medicine." He's like, "No, you're not. You can do it." I was like, "No, no, I can't." And he
Know
was like, "No,
this.
you can do it." And then as soon as I did, I threw up. And then he was like, "Okay, well, you can't leave the bathroom until you take your medicine," because I was like really sick, and I was like 8. You want to know how stubborn I am? I pulled all of the towels out of the towel drawer, made a nice little bed in the bathtub, wrapped myself up, and went to sleep. And my dad was like, "That was the day I learned I couldn't bargain with you." Because I just went to sleep
That-
in the tub.
So
Sounds
you are
like
not the only person in
A
this
story
campaign who's
pulled
made a
straight
nest
out
in
of
the
when we were
bathroom.
roommates.
Yeah. Jeez.
Do we have any questions today? From
No,
previous-
Mondays are not question days.
That's
but
right.
does
That's
Clark
I have a
any
question.
questions for us?
Mondays are accusation day.
Ah.
Where the fuck were you on the night of January 15th, Tim?
Honestly, probably at home, unless it was a Tuesday night. I don't get out a lot.
Hold on, I want to know what day the January 15th was.
I didn't give you a year. Let's assume it's this year. Let's assume it's
This year?
It
Yeah,
was a
January
Wednesday.
15th.
It was a
It was a
Wednesday.
Wednesday. I was for sure at home. For sure. 100%. Because I'd been out the night before.
You know what? You know what I know? I know exactly where I was on the 15th. I was at home, but I was supposed to be at counseling because I got a text from a counselor that said, "Are you coming in?" And I was like, "Oh, fuck.
Whoops.
Sorry."
Whoops.
That's where I was.
Love that. I was probably at work. That's where I was.
Don't do that, Adam. Don't do that.
It looks like Danny DeVito. Like, I know it's war, but like, it just looks like Danny DeVito. Which is still an awesome shirt.
I can't
guys
tell if
think-
you're doing a bit or not, Tim.
Like the guy in the middle, like stand up.
No. So what do you think is on this shirt?
I don't know. You said it's your war shirt.
Yeah, my war
War.
shirt because Danny DeVito is my war spirit.
Oh,
No.
I assumed it was the band War.
it's
We're all
just
gonna
Danny
leave this
DeVito
country now.
in all
Gotta
of his
go.
fucking glory.
Gotta go.
No, it's great.
Gotta go.
It's great.
Adam,
You guys
I
think
will
we
say
can get
it's
Danny
bothered
DeVito
me
on
that
the
you
stream?
said Danny DeVito so many times that you haven't said Daddy DeVito.
Daddy DeVito. He's a daddy,
I never
right?
will.
He's a dad. He's got kids. Does
I
he
can
have kids?
assume he's a dad.
Yeah,
don't
he
know.
I
has
don't know
kids.
that he does.
You want me to Google it?
I do want to Google it.
It's a race
Does
now.
Danny DeVito have kids?
Okay. So I was doing the whole like Netflix thing, like, oh, what movie do we want to watch?
Yes,
The
her
other
name is
night-
Lucy DeVito.
He's got 3. He's got Jake, Gracie, and Lucy.
Wow.
Google only showed me.
Okay, back to
Lucy.
Sean.
But
Back
we
to
were
Sean.
like, we were going through the things. It was like, oh, how about this? How about this? And I was like, oh, and we're trying to find a movie that neither of us had watched. And we came across Twins. I was like, the pitch is Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito are twins separated at birth. And they were just like, oh yeah, what else is there? I was like, wait, that didn't just settle. Like,
You know, fun fact about that movie, that was there was the guy who wrote that was his second idea. And he went into a pitch meeting with this other idea. I'm pretty sure, I'm like 99% sure this is a real story. He went into that pitch meeting and like pitched this whole other movie. And they were like, okay, what else you got? And he was like, okay, it's a movie about these guys who were twins, but it's Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger. And they were like, yeah, let's make that movie.
Another fun fact about that movie that I recently saw in an interview with Danny DeVito, and I'm not sure if he was joking or not, but he's saying that they're making a sequel and they're going to bring in a triplet,
Oh, God.
No.
and that triplet is going to be played by Eddie Murphy.
Jesus.
Yes.
Like, legitimately, I saw this
Yeah.
in an interview.
Oh my god.
Because they're
that is
test
the
tube
ultimate
babies.
comeback.
Of course.
What
Guys,
was
should-
it?
guys,
should we just play D&D?
We should probably just play D&D. Should we roll that intro?
No,
Sounds
we
good
have
as-
1 more minute till 8 o'clock.
He's
What-
right.
Is this
No,
a real
well,
movie? I
Well,
thought
you
this was
guys
real.
can
have
go
any
do
more
one more minute of
accusations?
Danny DeVito, I guess.
If everyone should check out Sean. What's the you
Oh,
know this better?
His name is Hermit.
Hermit.
That's his fucking rap name. He played Shabnam on Deadly Class. He has a fucking song that rips ass called Danny DeVito. And you should all check it out. It's
I don't know if that's good
awesome.
or bad.
Dude, you
I'm like,
decide.
"Oh, it's-
Listen to the song and you tell me if it rips ass or not.
Right?
Roll that song, guys.
Roll that intro.
Ba-da-da-doom, ba-da-da-doom, yeah, yeah, yeah. When you're stuck in quarantine and there's nothing on TV, come on down, come and see Blackwater D&D.
I sang along that time, and I don't know if
Me
you guys.
too.
It's been my first time singing along, and it was a different experience. I'm
Yeah.
hyped now.
I
Nice.
have heard requests that people want it on music platforms so they can listen to it on a more regular basis.
I
That'd
feel
be
like I
nice.
can make that happen,
Yeah.
but I'm not. It's okay.
Make it.
Just
Make it happen.
I'll figure it out.
no, here, Adam. Here's what you do. I have the perfect pitch for you. Just give out your personal number, and then they'll call you. And then when they call you, you just
I
sing it to
them.
them.
Seems safe.
That makes sense. That makes
I
sense.
love that.
Yeah.
I'm a
let's do it.
personal friend with John iTunes. Like he owes me a favor. We can just get that going.
Oh, it's pretty easy to get a song on iTunes. I have 3.
Well, there you go.
Whoa.
Let's play some
Ah.
D&D. Let's play some D&D.
All right. So, for those of you just joining us tonight, after some discussion, Blackwater decided to travel to the edge of the ruins of the former city of Amun-K, now known as the Forgotten Tomb, to explore for any possible clues as to the state of Bakal. They arrived to find 2 giant skeletons and a hideous bone claw dragging a large giant corpse back to the center of the ruins. And after a fierce fight, the undead were dispatched, and the giant corpse was returned to the local tribe of giants who had been terrorized by the undead inhabitants of the ruin. Eager to get revenge, the giants agreed to help Blackwater. As they made their way through the eerily quiet city, a sandstorm began to rage, emanating from a large crater across from the stepped pyramid in the center of the city. They pushed on only to be confronted by Zespyria, a former high priestess of Nepthisicat, who has been corrupted as she raised the waiting skeletons beneath the sand surrounding the party. As large boulders rained down on the skeleton army, Blackwater leapt into battle. And that's where we will pick up today. So I'll have everyone roll initiative.
Oh, I thought she died. I thought she's dead. Didn't she just?
Yeah, she
just
stood there
how
and then
awesome we
just
were,
the-
and then a rock hit her in the face. Yeah.
No, you see she was kind of standing at the edge of the crater about 40 feet away.
Oh,
Said
wow, we're
the-
right there. Hell yeah.
You said the edge of the crater.
Sorry, 30 feet away, because with visibility, because the sandstorm is raging, your visibility is about 30 feet.
But she's at the edge.
She's
of
on
this
the edge
crater.
of. I'm hearing she's on the edge of a pit.
She's on the edge.
Is she
Of
on
the
the edge
pit.
of glory?
A pit. If a pit is glory, then yes.
And
For
Finny
one of
can't
you,
see
it-
her, so she
I
doesn't
don't wanna go
exist.
This is true. Okay. Like, I know we said that we never roll dice, but I think we're going to be rolling a lot of dice.
I'm not. Callie's just gonna fly away. Actually, does she have a talisman back? Because she's just gonna. She's gonna like.
bamf
It's
out.
gonna be her time. She's gonna.
Bye.
Be like, "Haha." She's gonna like fake you out. She's gonna run off with her sword and then she's go, oh, and then she's gonna disappear.
Bye.
Bye. She can't.
Want to see my wife?
She can't do that. She promised Charlie.
Okay, 25 to 20.
20.
Oh, good. The blind guy isn't going first this time.
20 to 15.
18.
16.
18. And Finnan is 18. And Neppy, you said 16?
Yep.
Okay, 15 to 10.
I was 16 also.
16 as well.
Uh,
Okay.
Callie's dex is higher than Neppy's.
Is it?
I
Cool.
think so. What's your dex mod?
My dex mod is 1.
Oh, mine is 2. Do
Okay.
we roll for it?
Yeah, roll for it.
I hate
Or
that.
Tim, choose your favorite.
It's okay. I know it's going to be Lennon. I got an 11.
Perfect. Worked out.
I got a natural 20.
Oh, Kelly's now 25 on the initiative count. Just kidding. All right, and then that leaves just Spooky, right?
It's a 5
It's-
for me.
5. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Zespyria is up first.
Full
The twen-
hockey.
That's rude.
All right, she is going to use her. She's going to use a Ray of Annihilation.
Counter spell.
She gets to use it twice. So you want to counter or try to counter the first one?
I want to counter the first one.
Okay.
Wait, is it a spell?
It's a ranged spell attack.
Hell yeah, baby. I'm gonna try that at level 3 and see where that gets me.
Is it one spell that makes two
Yeah,
attacks, or is it
I'm
two
saying, is it one
spells?
spell that makes 2 attacks, or is you casting the same spell twice?
It is. Well, it's not technically like it's a spell attack, but it's more like a. It's not a specific spell that exists.
I don't. If it's not a spell, I don't think it can be counted.
Yeah,
if
because
it's-
it's an attack.
Yeah, because like beholders have Ray of Annihilation, but they're not casting Ray of Annihilation.
Yeah, I would say then it says
Or-
ranged spell attack, but I'm going to say that it's not necessarily.
Well, no,
a s-
because you can make a ranged spell attack, so you're using your spell cast modifier to like attack with it,
Mhm.
but it's not a
Yeah.
spell.
Yeah, it's not a spell.
3 DMs chilling together.
Mhm, yeah, so it's
4.
not a spell, so you can't counterspell it.
Okay, and I
Um,
recognize that, and I don't fizzle my reaction.
Yeah, well, that's fine. So she's going to make it on Neppy.
Predictable.
First one is a
Neppy is next to Lennon, of course, Callie, because we have
20
them
to hit.
separated.
Doesn't hit.
okay,
Ooh.
and that one is a
Cause
21 to
marriage.
hit.
That is my armor class.
Okay, so it just hits.
Thanks, marriage.
That's a 24 points of necrotic damage.
I'm actually immune to necrotic damage, so
Yeah,
that's
so as it
nothing.
like slams into you, but I will need you to make a charisma saving throw.
That's super badass. That's like
Yeah.
really badass.
As
that
you
I'm
see her
immune to
face kind
necrotic
of like,
damage?
her face kind of like, you can see the confusion kind of spread across her face.
That's going to be a 24.
Okay, yeah.
My charisma
There
saving
is
throw.
kind of this like flash of necrotic energy that kind of momentarily like flares up in your eyes, but you manage to kind of push it away. All right, she's going to use her bonus action to meld into the sand as you see her form just kind of into the sand.
I hate that.
Fuck.
And so, yeah, you can't really see much beyond the crater. There is like you realize your visibility is about 30 feet with the sandstorm.
Okay.
All right, Letters, you're up.
Okay.
Are there any? Nope, sorry, not my turn. Go ahead.
I'm going to take a wild guess, and she's melded into the sand. I've lost sight of her, right?
Mhm.
I'm guessing she can't go that far in sandy form. So I am going to pick, I'm going to cast Slow. It's a 40-foot cube centered on where she disappeared from.
Okay.
And anything in that sphere, aside from the six of us, needs to make a save of wisdom. Otherwise, they take slow stuff.
Okay.
If there's anything within like on us or within 40 feet of where she disappeared.
So is it you're
slow.
centering it where she was?
Where she was.
Perfect. Okay.
And I'm making the gamble that she didn't get 40 feet away.
That is a 19.
Dickers, that succeeds.
Her. Yep, that'll succeed.
Dicks. 17 is the number to beat.
17. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you kind of cast it and you see the air kind of shift with the arcane energy, but you're not sure if it's had any effect.
Dickers. All right, I'm going to run. So I am within 5 feet of the edge of the pit if I can get that far.
Okay. Yeah, you use most of your movement. That takes you.
So basically where she disappeared from.
Okay, so you're kind of standing there. You make a. Now, would you be able to see into the pit? I don't think so.
30 feet visibility, you tell me.
Make a perception check.
Ooh,
He
I'm
also
not good at
has,
these.
He also has advantage at seeing into pits.
Anything
Well,
pit
his
related.
skills, anything
is
pit
actually-
related.
8. It's going to be an 8.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. You can't you can kind of see the pit, the crater kind of drops off, but it's difficult to kind of see into it with the sandstorm. And
Also, Clack wasn't part of the 6 of the people I picked. So Clack is going to have to roll to not be slowed either.
okay. Yeah, Clack's fine.
Okay, great. I'm an ineffective wizard. Sorry, buddy.
All right, it is Kokane's turn.
So she's gone, as far as we can tell.
Yeah, you
Is there
cannot see her.
anything you mentioned a couple things coming up at like the sides of the road?
Yeah, you can see the skeletons kind of rising up out of the sand, but they seem to be occupied with moving towards the giants at the moment, as they're like getting pelted with boulders. You get the sense you've kind of got some people watching your back. So as they're like kind of coming up out of the sand, they're getting hit with boulders.
Okay, cool. I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians on myself.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
And then I am going to hang out within 5 feet of Neppy and Callie.
Okay. All right, Finnan, it's your turn.
Just gonna ting the scythe out.
Okay.
Fight me, coward! And he's gonna walk over to where he last heard Letters be.
Okay.
And he's just I'm gonna ready
Yeah,
an
towards the
action
coward.
for
Towards the
someone.
pit.
I'm gonna have you make a perception check based on your sound.
With disadvantage.
No, because your sound
Now,
is pretty tuned up.
Have I lost my perception stuff because like I was using charisma's perception because of the pact?
Yeah,
Is that
this will
gone?
be
Okay.
this will be wisdom.
But I still retain proficiency, correct?
Yeah.
You get fit in like a seeing eye dog. Something. Seeing eye like
16.
Okay. You can hear a strange noise as you kind of get to the edge of the pit. You hear this kind of like almost like a a rumbling and cracking and what sounds almost like tree branches being broken in this sort of like cacophonous sound coming from towards the crater.
Hey, Letters.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if this is the place we want to be standing. Sounds like something's coming. Just heads up.
Okay, we'll see what happens in 6 seconds.
Okay, as you finish saying that, it is the next creature's turn. As you see from the edge of the pit, this mass of writhing, connected bodies roll up over the edge. You can hear this like as just like what looks like hundreds of bodies just fused together, arms and legs, and you can see faces kind of mashed together in this horrible corpse mound.
Now, Timothy, do I get my attack? Because I readied an action for anything coming near me.
Yeah.
Sick.
100%.
I'm going to do that at disadvantage.
Corpse mound and
Yeah.
meat prison are both two things.
Ah,
They just make me want to.
Did you roll a natural 20 and something else?
it's the worst possible result. I don't know if you... Right, let me
No,
see.
it's too dark. It's too dark.
Let me see if I can get
Better.
This is like when parents put up
Is
the
it a
phone to
20
like
and
a
a 1?
newborn baby.
20 and a
To the
1.
baby.
Fucking...
As you, in your excitement, you like swing too soon. You realize, and you just kind of swing through air. The corpse man is going to use its slam attacks as it rolls over.
Ugh.
Sick.
It's going to hit
Hey.
each of you once. So
Yeah.
we'll start with the letters.
Yeah, come on.
It's only a 15 to hit. All right, and then it's going to try to get Finnan. That is a 28 to hit.
I'll use my reaction to be in pain.
I used my reaction to flex my brain at it. And no, wait, I don't even have to because I'm concentrating on slow dipshit. Yeah, great.
All right, so
Are you
That
concentrating on a
is-
spell if it's not affecting anything?
Well, I assume
he's still holding it up.
I don't know if it's affecting anything or not. So I am
It is-
focusing on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
You
fair.
tell me, Tim, do I know if it's affecting anything?
You wouldn't, you don't know if it's taking an effect,
Yeah.
but
So I'm
Yeah.
concentrating.
that is a 20 points of bludgeoning damage
Sick.
and
Hi, Poos. Look at
uh,
it.
13 points of necrotic damage, and you are grappled.
Love that.
Whoa.
Again!
As you see this like mass of flesh just like grab onto Finnan.
Whee!
I have things I want to do that aren't ungrapple Finnan.
I know we joked
Finnan,
about Callie bumping out, but
as you get pulled into this mass, you hear a voice. Have you had enough alone time yet?
I don't know, Lauren. Kind of a dick move, but sure. Like, middle of the fight. I'm in a something. I don't know. It's very wet.
You look like you could use some help. Can I help you?
I'd love some help, Lauren. Thanks.
As you
Please don't
Feel
take my
your
tone
vision.
as facetious. I genuinely need help.
as you see your vision comes back as you see into this horrible mass of flesh and just like gnashing like horrible zombie like mouths. All right, it
All right,
is Callie's turn.
Hell yeah. Okay. More than anything, I don't want to go over to this meat thing, but I'm going to because Callie would. Lennon doesn't want to, but how far away is it from me?
It's about 30 feet now. Yeah, because it's just come over the edge of the crater.
What is the size of this creature?
It's huge.
Nice.
Love that. Okay. I'm gonna go over to it and I'm going to hit it.
Okay. So you run over.
Mhm. Come on, baby. Does a oh my god, math. Why is this so hard? 18. Does an
18 hits.
Okay, thank God. D10. Is this an undead?
It is undead. Yeah.
So very undead.
Huge undead.
Very, very cool.
Soup's undead.
Soup's undead.
Oh, also, Letters, I need you to make a con save as well as you, Finnan.
34
34 to
points
hit.
of damage.
34
No,
points of damage.
34
Nice. Yeah.
And then I'm gonna hit it again.
How does 17 sound?
And does
Also
my
17.
+4 count
17
now that I'm
sounds good.
standing beside them?
No, it probably would have been retroactive.
No,
Before?
it's at the end of its turn.
Is it a stinky, stinky death boy?
It is very stinky. Is this like
Ooh.
horrible odor?
20? Wait, 24 to hit.
24 hits.
Thanks for joining me, kitty cat. Nope, this cat is with me.
29 points of damage.
Okay, nice.
And then as my bonus action, I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on myself. So now I'm concentrating.
Okay. All right. It is Neppy's turn.
Cool. I am going to cast. Well, there's a couple things I could do. Where is the sand swirling at this point?
It's all around you. The sandstorm is everywhere.
Okay. I don't want to waste this spell. Is there any skeletons within, like, are they coming at us at all, or are they kind of just being kept busy by the giants at this point?
At the moment, they seem to be still being kept busy by the giants.
Okay. I am gonna start casting. How far is everyone away from me at this point?
30 feet.
Is everybody within
yep.
30 feet of me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna cast Chant. So that is everybody gets a +1 to attack and damage. Everyone gets +1 to AC. And we are doing, let's just roll 3 and 2. Everyone gets 5 temporary hit points. There's no, is there the fleshy corpse mound isn't within 30 feet of me, right?
It's just at the edge of 30 feet.
So yes or no?
I would say no.
Okay. Yeah. So everyone gets +5 temporary hit points. And all of those kind of things. So I'm concentrating now.
Cool.
And I'm chanting. This would be like traditional prayers from our temple as a mean, like loud, spitefully, proud.
Nice.
Fuck this bitch. Yeah.
Okay. So as you begin to chant, you notice 2 of the statues on the sides, on either side of the road. You see their eyes burst out with this sort of yellowish energy as they turn.
Oh, no.
And they're going to attack you.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Now, do they look slowed?
One of them does look relatively slow.
Nice.
Yeah, you see one of them like the other one is like. So for the effects of slow, just so I know,
Oh yeah, want to pull it up here?
I'll bring it up on my computer. Should be fine.
They die actually.
They die
Have to-
instantly.
They're dead.
-2 to
They can
AC. They can only
It's-
make 1 attack, no reactions.
Perfect.
It's
Okay,
weird. It
cool.
says in the rules of slow, if they are a statue, they just die
It's done.
instantly. Yeah.
Just dead.
All right. So the first one rolled a natural 20. I
It's
assume.
no.
Thank you. Okay, but it will hit most likely. So the first one is a 28, and the second one is an 18 to hit.
18 does not hit. The 28 does hit.
Okay, and then the second one is I'll roll that damage first, and don't roll for It's 18 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And do you need to make a concentration check for your chant?
Yep. Yes, I do. Con save is okay. Yeah, that's going to be over half of what the damage was. Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. And then the other one is slowly coming over. I'm going to bring down its fist. That is also a natural 20.
Nope.
Okay, so I'll roll the damage.
How many
for
times
that.
can you do that?
As many times as my wisdom modifier.
Dang.
You've already done it in once in the last fight too.
I have 3 done.
That is 9 plus 8 is 17.
So you know what? You can make the ruling like once laid, once played, but I'll take the full damage. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's 17 and 5 is 17. 19, 32. 37 points of bludgeoning damage for that one. As you kind of dodge out of the way, the other one just like and slams right into your back.
Your volume's gone, Tim.
Oh, there it comes. I'm back, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Are you still chanting, M?
I've got to beat 17 with my con save, I think, for the 34 points of damage. That's going to be a 20, not natural.
Nice. So yeah, you
Yes,
still
I
managed to
am
maintain
still
the chant.
chanting.
All right. It is now Spooky's turn.
You know, I'm rolling badly when I'm behind our cleric and our paladin for dex, by the way.
Those fellas, did Kokanee move? Because otherwise they would have been Spirit Guardian, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
but I don't know when it applies. Let me check. Again,
It's when they enter your space, bro.
Okay.
Mhm.
Tim, I am looking at the spell Immolation, which I now have.
Oh,
Good
so
one.
good.
But most fire spells like determine what would happen to anything flammable that they're holding or wearing. This one does not because they're magical flames. So would I know, like, could I cast that spell on the meat mountain man thing that is holding Finnan without catching him on fire? Because it doesn't say anything about anything within range. It just says the target is engulfed in magical
One
flame.
creature. I would say it just says one creature you can see within range.
Right?
86.
Like I'm gonna leave it up to you, but as far as I can tell,
Burn me, do it.
Yeah. And it's a.
it's a dex save.
Let's hope that
I
isn't
would
a
say.
Matt,
dexterous flesh heap.
Matt, I have a question that's
Hoping
just popped
not.
into my head.
Yeah.
Would Kokanee and Joe Exotic be friends?
No.
I think so.
No, I don't think so.
He's a terrible man.
Terrible man.
No, they wouldn't be friends. They'd be passionate lovers.
No.
Oh, exotic is not Kokanee's type. It's like
They're very
I-
far away.
No, I think you're good.
Okay, then I
Yeah.
will cast that. He needs the
Yeah.
fleshy thing needs to make a dex save, please.
Sounds good.
Yeesh.
And Tim, they both need to make wisdom saving throws.
Sounds good. All right, I will roll their wisdom first.
Okay.
So the first one is that's just a 7. And the second one is a 13, so I think that's a failure on
Yeah,
both.
both of those are going to fail. That will be 14 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
Nice.
it's
Their speed's they're also halved in speed.
yeah,
Which I think they already are halved.
because of the slow boys.
Because of this, well, one of them is.
Now they're both slow boys.
Slow boys.
Is it double halved?
No,
I
No.
don't think it. No.
Okay.
unless it counts as because half speed and difficult terrain stack, but you can't stack half speed.
Just says
twice.
speed is halved.
Yeah.
Yeah, same as slow.
All right.
So there are
And-
2 statues for my reference, right, Tim?
Yes.
Okay.
That is a 16 for the corpse mound, which I don't think is enough.
Fails.
Yeah.
So it's going to take 25 points of fire damage, and it's also going to keep burning as long as I'm concentrating.
Ugh.
Um,
Ugh. It's a
at
horrible
the end
smell.
of At the end of at the end of each of its turns, it can repeat the saving throw, and it takes half as much d6. So I
Nice.
will roll again if it fails on its
Okay.
next turn. And
All
I'm
right.
concentrating.
All right. It is now back at the top of the order. Zespyria's turn. You letters. You
Yes.
feel a presence kind of in behind you come through the sand, and she's going to use her Kopesh. So you see, she kind of pulls out these like large hooked Kopesh with like they almost look like this jagged metal fused to these what looks like almost like a golden rod at the bottom, all kind of marked up and melted. All right, so the first one is that's a 20 to hit for the first
Natural?
one. No.
The chant is on shield, no dice.
And the second one is a 21 to hit. Which I
No dice. Wait,
No
let me do
dice.
the math. 11, 14, 16, 17, plus 15. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
fucked.
yeah, you
Thank
like
you,
the
chant.
Kopesh just like bang off your arcane shield as you see this kind of like hideous face now up close. You can see like what was once probably a very beautiful tiefling woman is like, as you see it up close, you can see the flesh is like very much kind of peeling away in parts, and just kind of holding this sort of grim visage.
And she is flying.
No, she is standing in front of you,
I love that.
or standing. She came behind you, so she's kind of next to you, kind of between you and the corpse mound.
Yeah.
In the pit? In the pit?
The pit is a little ways over. She's not that close. She's a little ways over.
I said I was 5 feet away from the pit, and she's hitting me.
Yeah, but
So
then the
she is
corpse
at-
mound came out of the pit. It's
Oh, I
taking
did.
up quite
You
a bit
never
of space.
said it moved me. I am still in fiction within 5 feet from that pit.
She's
unless
not
you
at
want to
the edge of the
establish
pit.
Otherwise, well,
yeah, the
she
corpse
might be
mound is
soon.
taking up that area.
I don't
Well,
think
we'll
we've
see
yet.
what happens.
I don't think we've yet explained Letter's affinity for pits, but we've definitely hinted at it.
You have all the information you need.
Sean
That's
was
it.
literally wearing a
That's
shirt
it.
last session that says "Get in the pit."
Yeah.
And it's not a specific pit. It's just any pit that's available. Got a pit. Letters
Any-
wants you to go in it.
All right. Letters, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
At the start of my turn.
At the
Oh,
start
boy.
of your turn for this
This
one.
could break bad because I already used my reaction. Ooh. Oh, but Lennon's here. I mean, Callie's here.
She is.
Yeah, I am.
Do I get a +1 to saving throws from Chant?
Chant is not a +1 to saving throws. No, I'm sorry.
14, 16, 20. Because Callie
20,
used
yeah.
4,
Okay.
right?
Callie is 4,
Yeah.
yeah.
I love synergy.
That is enough, as you can feel the kind of like necrotic energy just radiating off Zespyria. But it doesn't seem to have an effect on you. So it is your turn now.
Letters, give me a second.
Sorry, Callie.
Sorry, what do you want, Finnan?
Like, I can get you in a good position.
Is your aura +4 flat, or is it plus proficiency?
It's plus charisma.
Plus
Oh, okay.
charisma.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Plus
Yeah,
charisma, yeah.
gotcha.
And it's up to 10 feet.
Okay, we're just. I want to put her in that pit so bad, but fucking. Well, tell you what, we're gonna make an attack and we'll see how that goes. Wait, how far away are these big juicy stone boys? They're 30 feet away from me.
Yeah, they're about 30 feet away from you.
Oh boy, I haven't done a steel wind strike in a minute, but I'm
So
gonna make an
good.
attack against
Yes.
slow stone boy, other
Yeah.
slow stone boy, because they're both slowed. Meat Machine and Zespyria. All right,
Nice.
I love Steel Wind Strike. So good.
slow boy, the first of the.
Mhm.
This is the one with the -2 to AC.
Mhm.
18 plus 9 is, I assume, we'll do it.
That hits.
Well, it's plus 10 because of Chant. Exquisite. Okay, slow boy the second. 18 to hit.
That hits, yeah.
Okay, Meat Machine. Whoa, 28 to hit.
That hits.
And Zespyria, 25 to hit.
That hits.
Yes,
They
so
all hit.
good, so good. Letters.
Okay. Just save some time because it's 6d10. I'm gonna do it digitally. Please don't curse me.
It's totally fine.
Guys, I hope I have triplets when I grow up. I hope I have triplets when I'm older because I'm gonna need Slow Boy the first, Slow Boy the second, and Meat Machine.
All right. Slow Boy the first is gonna take 42 points of damage.
Woo!
Slow Boy the second is gonna take 34 points of damage.
Nice.
Meat Machine is gonna take 26.
Okay.
And Zespyria is going to take 33. And would you be so kind as to make her roll a strength saving throw?
And it's +1 to all damage too.
Oh,
I'm not sure if you've added that.
I did not add that.
That is a natural 1 for her strength saving throw.
Oh,
Is she going in the pit?
you gotta be. No, she's.
The mound is there. It's huge.
No, okay. I'm just gonna knock her prone. Because Kokanee's coming, and it took everything within me not to put her in that goddamn pit. But yeah, so she like swings, it's like ping, and I'm gonna say she goes swing ping on the second one. I just zip out of there and fucking teleport. I hit Slow Boy the first, bang with the fucking hair and the horns, and then fucking down on Meat Machine, and then like bouncing off, and finally like lunging towards her, teleporting above her, and then like fucking power bombing her down into the ground.
Yes.
Nice.
And that's gonna be my turn, and I just stand over her and look angry.
Okay.
Super here for all of that.
Okay.
So
It is Kokanee's turn.
yeah, so if I've got this right, it's me and Neppy and Spooky and Slow Boy the first and Slow Boy the second in one group. And then Letters and Finnan and Callie and Meat Machine and Zespyria.
Zespyria, yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, well,
A prone Zespyria.
can I get to Zespyria?
What's your movement speed?
30, and I have freedom of movement, so nothing's halved right now.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over to Zespyria and hit her a few times.
Just a few.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to draw my sword and shield, and I can use like my lightning maneuver to like jump to her.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna make 5 attacks.
Okay.
So good.
17. So that'll be 27.
27 hits.
And you're doing with advantage, right?
I'm not. Sorry.
She is
So-
prone.
So.
Yeah.
So first roll 27 or natural 1, so 27. Second roll is 27 or 2, so 27. Third roll is 2 or 29.
Yeah.
Third is 18 or 19.
Yeah, that hits.
Actually, +1, so that's 20.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't hit anymore.
That's 4, and fifth is 21.
Yeah, those all hit.
Cool.
Yeah. So good.
Any more dice?
Kokanee, I'm gonna let you finish, but we do need her alive.
Okay.
Wait. So it's also, this is all plus like 5 on top of this because +1 per hit. Is that correct, Emma?
It's +1 to damage. So any round of
So
damage that you deal,
every
it's
hit.
+1. Yes.
Shit.
Okay.
What's
So-
the plus to your AC?
It's +1 to
+1.
AC. It's a fucking dope spell. I love this spell so much.
Maybe overpowered.
You gave it to me, Tim.
Yeah, and we may have to tweak it.
What level is it?
4th.
No, that seems pretty par for the course for a
But
4th
it's
spell.
but it is concentration, and I can't do anything else while
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
I can't cast other spells while I'm doing it.
You're just making sweet, sweet music for our ears.
It's Inuit throat singing. We've established that that's
I would
canon.
say the fact that it negates the fact that you can cast spells balances it out pretty well.
I mean, you're
So-
saying that because it was all the benefits, but but yes.
I think we should not kill my triplets. They're just babies.
Sweet little babies.
I just have triplets and now you guys are trying to kill them. So good.
Callie can't leave anyone anywhere. We'll take enemies home.
All
No, these
in,
aren't
that will
Callie's
be
kids. These are Lennon's kids.
68 8 points of damage.
Yuck.
Is that the +5 as
That's
well?
all in.
It's not 69.
Everything.
Why don't you just lie?
I
That
was
hurts.
I was at
That hurts me.
62 and I had 5d4 damage, and I was
Oh.
at 67 on the last roll, and I rolled a 2.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Devastating.
It's 67 and you
Yeah,
rolled a 2.
you-
That's a
you
69.
No. If I rolled a 2, I rolled a 1.
Oh.
It was a 68. I know.
Yeah, you shred her up
I
something
die.
good. Yeah, just taking like chunks of flesh out. It's pretty gruesome. All right, it is Finn's turn. You are currently restrained by the flesh mound.
Grappled or restrained?
Am I grappled or restrained?
You're restrained. The target is restrained.
So I wouldn't be able to reach out and touch letters?
No.
Cool. I'm just going to cast Thunderstep then.
Okay.
So black energy starts shrouding around me as my eyes go back, and I go, guess who's got magic again, bitch? And then I shrink down into myself, and the like space that I leave creates a void that shoots shadow out as I land behind letters, and Zespyria, everyone actually, Zespyria, everyone near that area is going to need to make Constitution
So
saving
all
throw.
of you.
Yeah, all of my friends, but also Fleshmound and Zespyria. So
And sorry, what
Not us in the other group,
anyone
though.
within 10 feet of me.
Not
No,
me and I.
not you
Okay,
guys.
you're
No.
good.
what kind of save was it?
Constitution.
Constitution save. All right, Zespyria rolled a 19.
And would
the
you would the flesh monster have a harder time because I'm doing it from inside of it?
Oh, it's a hardy boy. It rolled an 18.
What did Zespyria roll?
19.
Okay, they both succeed then.
Yep.
Does a 14 succeed?
No.
That's going to be a 17 for me.
No.
Nice.
21.
So they take
Okay, you're fine.
they take half damage?
They're gonna take half damage, yeah.
Yep.
Oh
Do
god,
we
this
take
is
half damage?
No, we take full damage.
We take
You
full
can
damage?
take full damage. Guys, it's gonna hurt because I rolled really well on the first 4.
Hurt me. Do it. You won't. You won't.
Tim, thank you so much
so-
for giving his powers back. This is great.
Letters and Callie take 40 points of thunder damage.
Ooh. Thunder?
Damn.
Oh, damn it. Thunder?
Thunder and
Oh.
Kokanee, Zespyria, and Meat Mount take 20.
Jesus
Kokanee,
Christ!
Absorb
I'm just
elements.
checking. I think we've gone over this.
Yeah, I don't
before,
wanna
but
use it.
Mine is lightning
Rough.
damage, right?
Yeah.
My thing?
Yeah, it is.
And thunder and lightning are the same thing.
Same thing.
And then I'm going to the sun is obscured by the sand, right? So it's dim light.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna bend the shadow that just got created from that.
It's not quite dim light because the sun is obscured, but there is still this intense yellow
Okay.
light that
So my
permeates
max health-
everything.
So my max health would go up,
Mhm.
but my AC wouldn't.
Yeah.
Cool. Then I am going to not spend that bonus action thing because I'm not. In
You just
darkness.
used your. Oh yeah. Sorry.
No, I use my action.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
That is my turn. Sorry, I did so much damage to everyone.
It is the corpse mound's turn. So I need all of you.
Needs to make a wisdom saving throw to start.
Everybody?
Sure. Is it for do your spirit guardians move with you?
Yeah, they're centered
Mhm.
on me.
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
That's a
Does Zespyria have to make the save too?
On her turn.
Yes.
Oh,
on her turn. That's a 12 or no, sorry, a 16.
16
mound.
will do it, so they'll take half of 18, so 9 radiant damage.
40 points. God.
I know. I meant
Okay, I need all of you to make Constitution saving throws.
Everyone close or everyone? Everyone.
No, everyone close to the corpse mound.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh my god.
So Callie, Letters, Finnan, and Kokanee.
24.
I said this before. I'm gonna say it again.
22.
Why isn't Callie better at making Constitution saving throws?
Kokanee took
Even
all
with
that.
your own +4?
Even with my own +4, it's a 13.
Okay.
Baby.
Callie, you are poisoned.
Nice.
And what was yours, Kokanee?
She is
I-
potentially immune to that.
Paladins might be at that level, might be immune to poison.
I don't know if it's all paladins or just some paladins, depending on the oath.
Let me look.
I don't know if it's an oath thing.
21.
Okay, yeah, you're fine.
I got 22.
Immune to disease and resistance to necrotic and radiant damage, but not poison.
Not poison. So yeah, you are poisoned. You also see from the corpse mound a like fleshy kind of zombie kind of peels off and like is standing there in the group with you. It's just like
It also has to make a wisdom save.
it rolled a natural 20.
So it will take half of 20, so 10 radiant damage.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, can I put poisoned on D&D and Beyond?
All right. The corpse mound is going to do its slam attack. It's going to slam letters and Kokanee. That is a 27 and a 23 against you, Kokanee.
Oh, I'll parry that.
Okay. So yeah, as it comes out, you just slam it out of the way. So that hit on you, letters.
With a 27.
27? I'll allow it.
Fine, I guess.
That is 26 points of bludgeoning damage and 10 points of necrotic damage, and you are grappled and restrained as you get pulled into this giant flesh mound.
Which needs to make a dexterity saving throw if its turn is over.
Nice. That's a natural 20.
Woof.
Emma?
Mhm.
I mean, you gotta take Tim's
Then
dice
my
away.
spell's done.
I'm rolling a lot of natural 20s. It's insane.
I'm no
DM's
longer
at the table.
concentrating. That's
Do I roll
Yeah.
concentration on each source of damage I take from?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
You usually
then
have to beat half the damage or 10, whichever's lower.
I-
Higher.
Wait,
I think I lose concentration on slow then.
Okay, so
I also
aura
lose.
fades away.
It's a Constitution saving throw, so you add Callie's thing though.
Mm.
Oh, and I roll with advantage because I'm a war
Yeah.
wizard. Yes,
I just-
he's still a slow boy.
I just rolled because from the damage from Finnan, I would have to roll my con save on my.
Yeah.
You'd have to
Shield
beat a
of Faith.
20.
Yeah, I just got a 1, so.
your shield of faith drops.
Sorry.
The
I also had to roll 2 con saves, and I made them, but it cost me a luck. So I've
okay. The zombie is going to attack you, Kokanee, because it's right there.
Kelly's gonna die, guys.
Nope.
That's a 19 to hit.
nope.
Okay. As it kind of, you easily kind of dodge out of the way. All right. It is now Callie's turn.
Okay. And there's that. Is the zombie in front of me the one that came out?
Yeah. It's
After-
kind of next to you and Kokanee.
And the big thing's by me too.
And Zespyria is lying on the ground in front of you.
Okay, I'm gonna go for Zespyria. Sorry, I'm trying to visualize this.
I know, it's not without a map.
Okay, I'm gonna go for Zespyria.
Yo, that idiot's been lying down for a while. What a loser.
Okay, that
Just
doesn't.
lying down.
Don't
My-
taunt. Look at Tim's face. Don't taunt her.
My first attack doesn't hit.
It's with advantage.
It's with disadvantage because I'm poisoned.
Oh.
Yeah.
But technically, wouldn't that just be a flat roll?
Straight
Yes.
roll.
Okay. Well, the first one I'm assuming doesn't hit because does a 20 hit her?
20 hits, yeah.
Oh, and a 27 hits?
27 hits.
Oh,
Hey.
cool. Hey, baby. I'm hitting Zespyria, so I'm gonna put the first one with
Smite that bitch.
I want my own game show that is Smite That Bitch. I have a 4th level, right?
Yes, you do.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna go 4th level.
Get it, girl.
I'm gonna do it.
Smite, mommy.
You want some D8s, Lynn?
Smite
I
mommy.
do because I have 1. Thank you so much, Matt.
Here, you
Smite
can
mommy is
have a couple of
Kelly's
mine.
Instagram account.
I thought that was her OnlyFans.
That's my OnlyFans account.
Sorry, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, that's fine. Actually, I need Letters has already done this, but Kokanee, Finnan, and Callie to make Constitution saving throws.
Against the smell?
Yeah, Zespyria's aura.
Oh, okay.
Is she stinky?
How does a 28
Uh-oh,
sound?
stink.
28 sounds good.
How does a 21 sound?
21 sounds good.
Can I finish this math first?
No.
Yeah, do it. Finish your math.
Can I please finish my math homework before I go out and play basketball?
Because you were about to dunk on this bitch.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh.
Okay. My handy dandy calculator.
I'm sorry. So much damage.
67 points of damage.
Such a
And a
tease.
67 and a 68 or 9.
I love that we're so sad about it.
And 68. Oh, devastating.
You added your.
Did you-
plus
did you add-
one
Did you
to
include?
them, right?
Did you include the +2 from Chant?
It would have been, yeah, it would have been +2.
For 2 attacks.
No, I didn't.
Yeah! 69, get fucked! She dead.
She's dead. She's dead.
She is still alive. Unfortunately.
Tim, I think I failed my dex save, my con save, because it's a 6 + 2 + 4.
Yeah, so you're going
Oh.
to take a bit of damage.
Why is Callie bad at con saves? Can I make myself better? somehow?
Yes. You take a feat called Resilient. It's awesome.
Take an eraser
You
and then
take-
just undo what's on your sheet,
You take 5 points of necrotic damage.
and then
Hell
just
yeah,
put a
I
better
do.
number in there.
Can I put 69 in there?
Yeah.
Yes.
You did
Kelly, do you
69
take
damage.
half that?
It's necrotic, yeah, so you take half.
So can I take 2.5 points of damage?
3.
You round up.
Okay.
Nice
all right.
work.
It is Neppy's turn.
Okay. So myself and Spooky are probably about 15 feet back.
Real
I'm
close,
assuming?
real close, yeah.
From what?
The fray.
No,
in
you're
front,
30 feet back.
or 30 feet back.
And there is a crowd around her. Like you can
Yeah.
barely see her.
No, that's fine. I can assume that they've got that. Are there any enemies around me?
Yeah, there's the 2 pillars that slammed you.
Okay. While chanting, I'm going to take out my gun and I'm going to shoot the one that hit me for all of that damage.
Okay. The slow boy.
The
Hit
slow boy.
Slow King.
Yes.
Well, why the first?
Didn't you slow drop?
Slow.
Slow did not drop.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
I
Because he has
have
advantage.
War Wizard.
Okay. I just want to make sure that's the best option for me.
I have my awesome brain.
Yes. Yes, I'm going to shoot it with my gun.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Snappy so rarely uses her gun. Makes me so happy.
Are you ready to meet God? It's just that Kermit meme.
And that's a
Comes
natural
up.
20.
Nice.
Okay, great. So does it do anything special on a natural 20? No, it's just not if it's a natural 1. That's great. So that's 2d6 and 2d8 plus 2. So that's going to be 15, 21 plus 2 is 23 points of damage
Nice.
to it.
Yeah,
Yep.
as you like blow a huge chunk out of its leg, as it's like, it's looking pretty banged up.
Okay, and then I think that is all I can do at that point because most of my spells are verbal and I am still chanting.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is the pillar's turn. They are going to slam you. So
Me?
the one, yeah.
Okay.
The one is going to make 2 attacks, and then the other one will make 1 attack. That is a 24 to hit.
Yes.
And the second one is a 20 to hit.
Nope.
Okay.
On the first one, I'm going to cast Hellish. Wait, what's the components? Because it's a tiefling innate ability.
You're still casting the spell though.
Okay.
Like it's
then
an
I can't
innate
do it.
spell that you can cast.
That's fine.
So that's
Why? Sorry. Why? I was trying to find stats for a scythe. What? Why can't you cast a spell?
Verbal
I'm
components.
chanting.
verbal component.
Oh,
I'm
I see, I
chanting.
see, I see, I see, I see.
I'm chanting.
20. You take 27 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And a con save.
A con save from me?
Yeah.
Yeah, for my chanting. So that's what I got to beat a 14.
Mhm.
Okay, hold on. Let me put this damage through first. Math is hard.
What if we stop at a mythical Staples and pick up Neppy a voice recorder and then get her to record all these spells and then she can just play them?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why has no one thought of that?
Tim,
I just did.
I haven't been able to find any like official site. What damage dice do you want me to use for the scythe?
Should
Oh,
say.
I can tell you, it's 2d4. As a scythe, it's 2d4 slashing, 2d6
Cool.
psychic, plus
Cool.
whatever your dex mod is.
Cool. Dex?
Or is it strength?
Is it a
Whatever
finesse weapon?
it should say.
Wait.
I doubt a scythe is a finesse weapon,
Yeah, it
or
doesn't-
else,
Yeah, I think
Oh,
it's
it's a-
strength.
It's
or
a
else
plus.
Kokanee Buckwild is becoming the Grim
The
Reaper.
sickle is you can use your dex.
It's a plus
Right.
one. It's a strength, and then it's a plus one weapon.
Plus one to it. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Con save for my
14.
chanting. Yes, that succeeds. It's a 15.
Nice. All right, and the other one's going to attack you, and that is a 21 to hit.
No.
Nice.
My AC is
Man, all you guys
22.
with their high AC.
Damn.
All
Because I'm
right.
still chanting. AC is 22.
It is Spooky's turn.
So I can see the two pillar
Yeah.
statue guys.
Mhm.
And I can still see the corpse.
You can see
Gross,
the mound, yeah.
but I can't see Zespyria.
No, she's surrounded by all your friends.
Can I see that little zombie that fell off?
Yeah. Yep.
Great. And the pillars, like, are the meat zombie thing, is that within 30 feet of the pillars?
Yeah, just. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna chain lightning on all four of those then.
Yeah. I'm
Nice.
so good.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
So that is a oops, sorry, I had immolation open again. I believe that is a dex save.
Nice. Okay, for the pillars. And one of those will be a disadvantage, right? Because the slow.
Yes.
Should be.
That's fine.
Yes,
Very
cry.
slow, anyways. Yeah, the pillars both fail. The zombie rolled a natural one. I'm sure he's going to explode. And the corpse mound. Is a maybe corpse mound.
I don't know if we can ever
It's
see
a
the word corpse mound ever again.
I
17.
didn't plan to.
17
A
for the corpse
17?
mound. Yeah.
Still fails.
Nice.
Suck it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10 D8. That's 44 plus 1 from Neppy. That's 45 points of lightning damage to each of them.
45, you
Nice.
say? Okay, so you see the two pillars just explode in a hail of stones.
Hell
Fuck
yeah.
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 Nice,
You see
spooky.
the zombie just is like gone. You don't even see it explode. It just you see the flesh mound kind of like as the you can see its form kind of struggling to stay together with this like writhing mass of bodies. Let me just do a bit of quick math.
What color is my magic here, Tim?
Oh, it's very yellow.
Yikes.
Yikes.
Yeah.
We don't like that.
It is
Oofty.
like it is gone from kind of a pale yellow to like a bright kind of like vibrant yellow.
And is the chains of lightning like actual chains?
They're
Like, what
they
happened?
do look like lightning, but you can as it kind of like
They're, like,
comes
yellow.
out of your hands, you can see there is sort of like almost like a spinning of chains that kind of turn into lightning bolts.
Uh-oh.
All
Hate
right. We are back at the top of the order. It is Zespyria's turn.
Wisdom save.
Mhm. That is a 22.
Wisdom save, sir.
Yeah, so that'll be half of 11. 6 points of
Okay.
damage.
6 points
She
of
is still at
damage.
half speed though, right? Whether she succeeds or not.
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, but she is going to use her. Or is she? Yeah, no, she's going to use her meld into sand. So you see, she just like literally just drops into the sand beneath her and
Do they get
disappears.
attacks of opportunity on that?
No.
Coward.
As she kind of melds in, and she is going to appear over by Spooky. After
Spooky
that
bud.
display.
No. No.
Hi. Why does this always happen?
No.
And she's going to attack with her Kopesh. So the first one is a 19.
Shield, so no.
Okay. And the second one is a 23.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's 16 points of slashing damage
Okay.
plus 2. Another 8 points of necrotic damage.
I'm resistant to that, so that's 4 points for me.
Nice.
Can just like everyone in the party shrug off necrotic?
I'm a necromancer.
No.
Come on.
I can.
Yeah, Kokanee has a bad time.
Yeah, she
Oh
is.
wait, yeah, I can. Oh
Yeah.
Letters, it's you and I who really don't like necrotic damage.
but I'm not sure if it's necrotic or psychic. It's one of them.
Yeah, she's looking pretty rough. But as she kind of like reaches out and tries to, and you can see as she tries to like hit with both, you can see this kind of like arc of kind of blackish energy that also radiates a similar kind of almost like vein with yellow as it comes across. But you only get hit with one, so it's fine.
Sorry.
All right, it's Letter's turn.
Now I'm restrained, grappled. Can I still see what's going on? Do I have my little head poking out?
You are like in the thick of it.
Would you consider
let's see
me
if-
blinded? Am I
Let me just
aware of the
double
world
check.
around me?
I don't think restrained means you're blinded.
You're not blinded, no.
No, you're not blinded.
Sweet. So I'm not like in it. Like I still got like a head.
Yeah,
poking
you're
out.
like pressed up next to it. It's
so-
it's holding it to its bosom. Is sort of
Oh,
how I like to think of it.
Cute.
so gentle.
I
So
like to think
I'm
of
to
it.
understand that this Zespyria is what 25, 30 feet away from me. If
She's about 35 feet away from you now because she's come on the other side of Spooky.
okay, all right. Oh damn. Okay, well, first things first. I'm going to. I don't like being in this mouth, so I'm just going to be like, I'm out. And that is my verbal component to cast Misty Step.
Okay.
So I'm gonna I'm going to be 15 feet away from Zespyria,
Okay.
and I would love for her to make a strength saving throw for me. If she could do that for me, that would be amazing.
That is a 17.
Are you still chanting?
Yes.
Wait, but that doesn't make my thing harder, does it?
It's your
It doesn't raise the DC.
no, not necessarily.
Well, then she succeeds. I tried to whip her with my lightning lure, and she got away. She was too
It just
strong
falls
for
short.
me.
Is it an attack?
It's an attack but she has to do a strength saving throw.
Right. No, it does not up your spell save DC.
Bippity
Sorry.
boppity. That's it for me.
All right. Kokanee, you're up.
Am I right beside this meat dude?
Yeah.
It's
Cool.
a meat machine. We've established that.
Youngest of my triplets. Yes, you are.
Big boy.
I am going to run over to Zespyria then. I'll take an
Okay.
opportunity.
It's gonna take its attack of opportunity. That is a 17 plus
Should be
28. to
That
hit.
will hit.
Ouch.
Owie.
So that's 20 points of bludgeoning damage and 9 points of necrotic damage, and you are grappled and restrained.
I have freedom of movement.
Does that prevent you from being?
His movement can't be reduced to 0.
I don't think
He
it
can't be
prevents.
grappled. He can't be
Okay.
grappled. He's too slippery. He
Too
basically
slippery.
oiled himself up before the
I
fight.
He's
love it.
Kokanee's
Nice.
always covered in like a thin layer of Vaseline.
No, you can spend 5 feet of movement to automatically escape from non-magical restraints.
So
Okay.
let's try it.
Oh, wait a second. Oh no, it says cannot be paralyzed or restrained, but it doesn't say anything about grappled.
Yeah, so he would be grappled, not restrained, but then he
Yeah.
could use his 5 feet to get out.
And Zespyria is 30 feet from me?
Yep.
Cool. So I can use 5 feet to get out, which puts her 30 feet away, and I have 25 feet of movement left. But you gave me a sword that lets me do a lightning jump for 10 more feet of movement.
Oh.
So I'm going to do that to right beside Zespyria. And I'm going to make a couple of hits.
Okay.
That'll be a...
How many hits?
2 to start. We'll see how it feels. That'll be a 28 to hit.
28 hits.
That'll be 10 plus 7. 17.
17.
Plus 4.
17 plus 4. 18
No.
points of damage.
D4. Yeah.
Oh, D4. How do you want to kill her?
You don't.
Too late.
I am gonna run, and as I pull my sword out, seeing her come right over top of Spooky, I'm going to turn into this lightning bolt that kind of reformulates as Kokanee, right beside her to slam her away from Spooky Pants.
Sounds good.
And then just come,
Thanks, bud.
yeah.
Yeah, as you slam into her and strike her through with the rapier, you see there's a moment of kind of surprise as she kind of turns to catch your face, and then you see a smile creep across her face. Thank you. As you see her form start to dissipate and crumple, you see this massive bolt of yellowish energy streaks into the sky. Just with a huge thunderous crack. I need you to make a Constitution save. Actually, everybody make a Constitution saving throw.
Who's close to Callie?
Finnan, letter. No, just Finnan.
Okay.
Just my sweet boy, Finnan.
Fuck.
Hey, I think I made that one. It was a really high DC. I think I made it.
I
It's
failed.
gonna be 22.
22. Okay. Yeah.
8.
21.
Okay.
Also 22.
18.
22.
13. Okay.
8 for Neppy.
Okay. So, and sorry, what was yours, Callie?
22.
22. Okay. So just Yana and Neppy, you can feel your ears start to bleed as you are deafened for the time being.
I know it's probably not a spell, but as she goes to zip away and this thing goes, I'm going to try to cast a counter spell just in case it's some magic that I'm not aware of.
It is not. It is not a spell. So
I
your
will-
kind of your counter spell
I will
sort
use
of
that
fizzles.
spell slot.
Yeah, it is an explosion of energy. As you see it streak up into the sky, you hear that thunderous crack. As you can see, the sandstorm drops away. You see all of the skeletons as they're running, kind of all kind of to a pile of bones around you. You can see the flesh mound start to it's somewhat keeping its form, but then slowly just starts to slough away as it melts into the ground. You can see now, in the sort of clearer visibility, as it is a cloudless day, you can see the sort of yellow sky. You can now see in the distance the energy rips across the sky towards Bakal.
Is there any corporeal body? Where's she gone?
There is just a pile of kind of loose, ash, essentially, and some tattered rags and her 2 kopesh.
Okay. Are we
I
out of
would-
initiative?
Mm-hmm.
I would love to do a real thorough sift through the sand to see if anything got fucking scattered.
Her ashes?
Well, I mean, she went poof. And so just any little bits or, oh, what? You got a problem?
No.
I'm going to cast Mage Hand to pick up the Kopesh and just hold them.
Okay. Yeah, you
Floating
kind of
in
pick
the
them both up.
Letters, will you let me?
What do you want to do?
There is no body left. This is her ashes.
I mean, there might be chunks of stuff. I just want, because sometimes it gets lost in the sand. I was just gonna look, but if you got something,
No. Please try and keep her together.
any chunks that I find, I'll put it in a pile.
Make an investigation check.
Big money, 17.
17. You don't find any chunks of flesh. It is you find a couple of charred pieces of what look like bone, and some like larger chunks of ash and rags. But other than that,
18, if that makes a difference. I forgot to add the new proficiency.
No.
I'm like, I think there's a piece of like a mandible and maybe little sliver of femur.
Epi would take her hands in.
There you go.
Callie's gonna come over and put her hand on Letters and heal him for 40 with her lay on hands.
Oh, that's awesome. You're like anti-Finnan. This is great.
You also, I said the scepter or the Kopesh had gold handles. I was wrong. They were platinum handles. You now see, as you get a better look at them, this sort of like dark, twisted, black metal hooked blade fused into what looks almost like platinum that has been melted, and you can see the handles themselves look almost somewhat improvised, and one of the ends comes to sort of a rounded ball, and then the other end on the other Kopesh comes into what looks like a hand holding a key. And you can see there the platinum is pockmarked as almost like as if it's been melted with some kind of acid, it looks like.
Spooky, do you want to have a look at this? I don't really want to like hand touch them, but I'll float them for you.
Sorry.
I can.
I don't think I can hear anyone right now.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Spooky.
I see
Can
you
I
talking Finnan, but
That's right. Like I
Letters.
said, deafened, I wouldn't have heard anything.
Yeah, I
Letters.
can take a look at that. Give me a hot second, and I just want to wave Dresda over because like I feel like we should debrief.
Yeah, you can now see in the distance the giants have sustained some losses as you see like they start to move towards you. Dresda comes with a few of them. You can see she is pretty injured, kind of like slashes all up her body.
The second I would realize I was deafened, I'd cast Lesser Restoration on myself, and I would go cast Lesser Restoration on Spooky as well.
Yeah,
so you can
your hearing comes back. You come up to Dresda. She kind of... Is it done?
Oh yeah, she is. That big explosion, that was her gone. All the skellies done. You guys did great. That was unbelievable.
Thank you.
Question.
Yes.
Did she have a particular place that she liked to hang out, or was it just at the bone pit?
That was where I most saw her. Okay. I'm not sure if she was always there.
Yeah, but to the best of your knowledge, you guys know much about Bacall? You know that
city.
place? Yeah.
Yes, I'm familiar.
Oh, do you know what's been going up on there recently? I hear some bad stuff has been going on there. You know anything about that?
We have some limited trade with merchants that come through, but that has not happened in some time.
How long has that not been happening?
Months and months.
Oh shit. Okay. You got any rumors? Anyone talking? Anything kind of interest?
We have mostly been dealing with these undead. It has been increasing for the last 6 months, I would say.
6 months of undead. Okay. Well, the good news is that's probably not going to be a problem.
Good.
Does anybody have anything they want to ask our giant friends?
Ask them if they want to help kill this lady's boss.
Oh, hey. Our next stop is Bacall. Like, who this person answered to? Like her head honcho, that's numbered next on our hit list. if I see you guys are pretty banged up, we got some healers who can probably heal you up. But if you guys want to come along, I mean, I feel like we did a pretty good job together.
Emily narrows her eyes. I'll have you make a persuasion check.
Come on.
Am I still
Well-
poisoned?
Hmm?
Am I still poisoned?
Yes, you are.
Can I heal myself to become
Mhm.
unpoisoned? Is that how I can?
You
5
spent
points.
five
Yeah.
points you'd lay on hands, yeah.
I got my big old billowy cloak to give me that
Okay.
advantage. Oh,
I'm
it's
gonna
not
do
gonna
that
be
then.
enough. Persuasion is just going to be a 15.
Okay, she kind of. You are asking a lot of me and my people.
It's an
I-
open invitation. If you want to come, we'd love to have you. If you don't, I totally respect that.
We can escort you through the mountains to the road you need to get to.
Hey, that'd be great. That's awesome.
And perhaps if you can help heal my people, as you say, perhaps we can help you from afar.
I've got just the thing. You know how like you guys are familiar with like blood brothers or whatever? Like
Like a blood pact.
I'm not saying a blood pact, but I'm just, hey Yana, come over here a second.
I mean, what's up? I can.
Here's how invested I am in this partnership. Yana, you want to stick me some and give it to Dresda here? She's taking some heat, and I think she could use a little letter's blood to bring her back up. You're gonna love this, Dresda. It's freaky as hell, but it feels great on your end.
Oh.
Personally, though.
Can
Yeah. And I put one hand
oh
on
god.
the letters, and I look at Dresden,
Fucking ow.
and I say, "Can I?" And I put one
Yes.
hand on Dresda.
Sort of confused.
And
She puts her
little-
hand up.
Needles come out of my hand.
Little
Ew.
yellow needles
And I'm
come
gonna
out.
So
move
gross.
some HP back and forth. Sorry, I need to pull up that spell. I rarely.
Blood bridge.
Is Spooky just a little mosquito?
While they're having this conversation, I'm gonna be like, Neppy, maybe
1d6.
I know you've got a lot in your mind, but maybe now is the time to reach out and see if we can appeal to a higher power.
Yes, we
Should we just a moment before we do that? Should we
That's,
look around here?
6 points.
I'm worried that the
goes
moment
from
we-
letters to Dresda. Sorry.
I'm worried the moment we start that, it's sort of a we have to go.
I'm
Wait a
worried
second.
that what just happened is our we have to go moment.
right.
The big boom, and then she smiled when she died. People don't smile when they die unless they're like, oh yes, my final plan.
Or it could be released from like eternal like shittiness from
True.
lichdom. Sorry,
But-
that was rude of me, Dresda. I promise you the rest of the healing isn't going to be as freaky deaky as this.
you
I
see
just
as
wanted to
that
show
happens?
you how committed I am.
She was like, she's a little unnerved by that. She's like, this feels unnatural.
But kind of good though, right? You're feeling better. How's your back feeling?
She
I
kind of
can
looks
help.
in, like,
I
yeah,
can
some
help
of the-
heal too.
Sorry, here, Dresda, give us 1 second. I think at Finnan, you raised a good point. Go ahead, Finnan.
I just think the sky exploding beam of yellow death light is like now's your time. I think if we were waiting for a like it's now or never moment, that was it.
Yes. If we could all just, I understand that there is a pressing need for us to go with her energy, power, whatever, shooting across the sky, potentially to be harvested by Velsum for goddess knows what.
I think I know what.
Of course, Vinin, but you need to give me a moment.
No, I know, but I think that much energy, like the energy of someone like a very powerful cleric / fighter being killed.
Vinin, you don't just sit down and ask a god. You do
No,
it
I'm not.
properly.
I'm not trying to press you, Neppy. You misunderstand me. I'm saying I think that she's using that. Her energy is being used to destroy the last of the seals that Velsum has.
I think they're already destroyed, Vinin. I think
he
they were
destroyed-
gone when the sky got much more yellow. And the only two left are the one in Kokaney's chest and the Titan in Claw. I pardon for raising my voice, but this is still a moment of mourning for me.
I understand. I'm not trying to press you to do anything outside of your time. I was just merely saying I think I know what that energy is heading for.
Dresda, how long does it take for us to get to Bakal? You seem to know the way.
It will be about, with us, 2.5 days.
2.5 days, gang, is...
We can sleep and go faster. But
Okay.
we may not be able to go faster if I need to have my upper level magic available to seal Vasum away.
It's 2.5 days if we want the giants. I mean, Kokanee, you've been there, so we could just 50 Banff in a day.
Yep.
I feel like, how do we... An extra day for giants, they came in handy. That's a toughie. What do you guys feel like? She's offering to guide us there and maybe help us along the way. I feel like I could probably sweet talk her into aiding us.
I think it's worthwhile.
Oh, okay. Oh, great.
I think anything that we lose in a single day is lost already. I honestly don't see us losing anything in the space of a day.
Good. Then any healers who are available, if you could attend to Dresda's people, that's sort of her one condition. And I really sort of puffed you guys up because you're talented healers. So I assure you won't disappoint.
Can you point me to any of them? Can you ask her to point me to any of them that are hovering on the brink of death? Because my healing isn't powerful, but I can bring people back from the edge.
Oh shit! I should have started with this. Dresda, do you have anybody like right on the edge?
Yes. A few.
Oh, take us to them. Finnan, this is Finnan.
Callie would go too.
Yeah. So you head over and you can see there looks from the 50 that kind of joined the fray. You see probably about 20 of them look to be dead. And another 5 or so are kind of right on the brink. And then there's another 10 that are injured. And then some of them seem to have fared a little better.
The 5 that are on the brink, I'm just going to use each one of my waxing lights and they're all going to be.
Yeah,
I'll just roll 1d8. I'll just roll 1d8 for all of them. That's 5 points of healing.
Yeah,
now Dresda.
Oh, never mind. More.
Finnan here is not just
7.
a talented healer; he's also a very adept tactician.
Sorry, 10.
And I think you guys might have a lot to talk about. And I'm happy to sit here, Finnan, and create any sort of relationship that may be beneficial on the battlefield.
Okay.
And I sort of clue Finnan into that thing he was talking about in terms of maybe working with the giants.
Of course.
I love putting people together. I love matchmaking.
I only have like 40 points of healing left, but I'd use the rest of it on like the giants.
Okay. Yeah. So you spend some time kind of going through and helping the most severely wounded, and kind of bringing those that were on the brink of death back up to a better spot. And you can, like you and Finnan kind of work through and are able to bring everybody to some of them still look relatively injured, but you can tell that they are healing and on the mend. And with like some rest in the journey, they'll be able to, like, they're on their feet again, essentially. So yeah, there's about 30 giants left.
I'm out of healing. Yeah.
I'm gonna, in this time, I'm gonna cast guidance on myself, and then I'm gonna have a look around.
Make an investigation check. Dresda says to you, there is a chance we may be able to pick up some more allies on the way through the mountains.
That's great. I love that. Anything we can do to help.
Mm-hmm.
Is she speaking still in giant?
Yes. And
okay.
like she looks at you and like she then kind of like in broken common is like, more allies, maybe.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
18, but it cost me a luck.
Okay. You look around. You don't really find anything. You get a scope of how many skeletons there were. There looks to be this was a site of a very large undead army that you get the sense that Zespyria had been raising and basically working her way through the ruins, cultivating a lot of dead bodies in a place that you don't know a lot about, but you know that it like something happened in the city around the Dawn War, and a lot of people were killed, and you get the sense that a lot of these skeletons were those people. Now just
Can we see the bottom of the pit now?
you can see there is more dead bodies, fresher dead bodies, and as you look over, you can see a lot of if you're both looking, yeah,
I'd look over as well.
Yeah, you guys can make perception checks as you're kind of looking down into it.
Back with my magic perception. Love that.
Bad.
27.
12.
27. Finnan, you can see, for you, Letters and Kokanee, it's difficult to kind of make out any detail. It like after seeing all of this, it's all starting to kind of look the same. Finnan, your eyes are a bit more keen to like the differences in clothing. Like you're used to seeing people who are of a certain wealth and class, and you notice that there looks to be a lot of really fine clothing in that pile of dead bodies.
I think a scorched earth policy is a pretty safe bet for Bakal now.
These are the merchants.
These are anyone who either isn't enslaved by like mental powers or weren't willing followers of his plan. Also, can I say it's really fucking good to be able to see again. Hey, Ralvin, I know I was a little snippy with you earlier, but I was in a meat machine and, stressful times. So
It's understandable.
I like having my eyes back. Thank you.
Yes, we can talk about it later.
Sure.
I think there's more pressing things at hand.
I think so.
Also, Finnan.
Yeah.
I admire your bravery. Going into battle without any kind of magical power or your sight is not an easy thing to do.
It is when your friends are involved.
Shut the fuck up.
Yes. So,
I think Lennon had something she wanted to say.
Yeah.
Callie would just go over to Neppy. Where she was.
Neppy's kneeling on the ground where Zespyria's essentially ashes are. She has a small blue cloth, and she is like picking up ashes and putting them in the cloth.
Neppy.
Yes, Callie.
What can I do right now to help? What can I do to be the most helpful?
Oh, thank you. I have to figure out the best way to ask the Matron of Vengeance for help. I was hoping to have her alive. Some semblance of unlife, I suppose. I'd hoped I could talk to her. It sounds so stupid when I think about it, just to see if I could talk some sense into her. She was probably too far gone for that.
It's not stupid. Do you want me to sit with you?
That would be nice.
Callie would just sit down with Neppy then.
Thank you. If there is now, Tim, the tomb itself is how far off?
It's back probably about 300 feet.
How big's the pyramid?
It's pretty big. It's like the front kind of like base is probably about 800, 900 feet.
Okay.
Wide.
When we're ready to make a move, I will call on the matron, if she's willing to hear me. But I think I'm just taking a moment of mourning for a long lost sister.
Of course. Take your time. Also, as far as calling in the matron, do we want to wait until we're closer to strike?
And Nebby wouldn't say anything. She's kind of just picking up ashes. She seems like she just can't take anything in at this point.
Callie would just start like, as Neppy's doing this, she would just start like rubbing her back. That's all Callie's doing. It's just sitting beside her rubbing her back.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead, Yana.
Yana would come and just sit near them, too.
Okay.
She wouldn't say anything. She'd just sit next to Callie and Neppy.
It seems like the Giants could probably use a rest. I think we could probably use a rest. I think we should probably stick around here and then we're traveling in the desert at night, which I hear is a pretty good idea. If that sounds good for everybody, I can take a look at. I'm going to take a look at these platinum sickle hand key things.
Still floating in the air.
Yeah, hey, just put those down. I'll take a look at them.
I don't think we should touch them.
Well, I'm not going to touch them.
Okay.
I open my Clack. You want to give me my book, and I'm gonna.
Yeah. That was crazy, dude.
I think it went
I
pretty
was
well.
so slow that whole time. I was like, I don't know what came over me. I just felt like I couldn't move.
But sorry, that was my bad. Oh, I'm such an idiot. We gave you that thing that would have been perfect to capture her. Fuck.
Oh yeah, the Iron Bands of Bolaro.
Dude, that was my bad.
It's okay. My bad too.
I mean, nobody said anything. I mean, we all knew you had it, and
Yeah. Sometimes I just, in those moments, I got to be told what to do. I freeze up a little bit.
You do the right thing. Like, we don't want to hit that wand of wonder unless we have to, because we don't know what it's gonna do. Look, none of us died.
I'm unpredictable.
None of us even went down. I think you did a great job. You are a backup.
Thank you.
I think you acted very bravely, and I, for one, am proud of you.
You did well, Clack.
Thank you.
If Callie wasn't being an emotional, supportive friend right now, she would so dare Clack to use the Wand of Wonder, but she's being a good friend.
Okay.
Also, Clack, I gotta say, like, going into that fight, she took like a couple of very hard hits I saw, but like I just thought she would kind of take a bit more. I was surprised she went down as early as she did.
Yeah, me
kinda
too, dude.
Down in the second, and it was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
No one saw that coming.
Yeah. Shit. All right, so you all sit down for a rest. Yeah. And why don't we take our break there?
Let's take a short rest.
Short breakfast.
Are we taking a short rest or a long rest?
We'll start with a short one maybe for now.
Okay.
Okay.
Well.
See you guys in 2 seconds.
Bye.
Bye.
I love you. Yeah.
We're back.
And we're
We are
back.
We're back, babies.
The slowest to turn my mic and camera off, and the slowest to turn it back on.
It was so funny on my screen. All I could see at the
You're
end
just,
was
like,
a
panicked.
bunch of like blank cameras, and Lennon like,
because you guys all start disappearing, and then the button moves, and I'm like, no.
Very funny. All right, so you all settle in for a long rest?
Sure.
yeah, it's too long. What's to lose?
Should we find some place that is a bit more covered than the middle of a road?
We
Okay.
got that temple right over there.
This is-
No,
Well,
I have a place.
I thought the giants were
could
gonna.
also take us to like a place.
Hold on, Yana, you said you had a place?
Yeah, I have a place. I've been working on the Giants kits day in and out, I don't think, but we can.
Oh. Did you take it?
Do we
Well-
wanna, or do we want to go with the Giants? I mean, I can save that for later.
I desperately want to see whatever you've got, but I feel like for group cohesion,
Stay with the
Dresda,
Giants.
you're the local here. We were thinking of, resting up, licking our wounds. Your folks could probably use some. Where would you feel is the most comfortable spot?
Oh, we will return back to our home if you are resting. If you wish to travel at night, we will return back to the village.
I have an idea. Why don't we go back to the village with the giants, and then we're not imposing. We do whatever Yana's talking about.
That sounds really good. Yeah, we'd love
Whatever
to
you
see your
wish.
village. That would be
Of
great.
course.
We would love to. Yes.
Would it be pertinent for me to ask the matron here at the site of much desecration, or would it be pertinent to ask her elsewhere?
I worry that if we ask her, she's gonna just like God power in immediately. I think if at the brink of us going in, we appeal to her.
I agree with Finn, and I think we maybe wait till we get to Bakal.
We could even use these swords as like a look. We've destroyed his lieutenant. This is where like her tools of evil kind of thing.
The ashes will be enough.
I didn't want to suggest the ashes, but okay.
No, it's what there is a ritual. Some of the old ways. I think I can put one together.
Speaking of these swords, before we head out, let me just take 11 minutes with the one, see if we got a curse on it. Well, if y'all want to take 20 minutes, talk amongst yourselves. But I'd love to know if we're carrying cursed swords.
I think that's prudent.
Is the tomb just like a big opening, Tim?
There is not a visible opening on the face of it. It looks like a solid pyramid from where you are.
Well, I mean, you knew someone who could look through walls.
Kokanee, while Letters kind of looks at the swords, do you want to poke around, see if we can get our way in and see what we can learn?
Just have a peek.
Just like a little peek, yeah. Of course.
Please also please keep an eye out for any religious relics that Zespyria may have stolen or taken or had in her possession. I would like to return them to their rightful place, wherever that is.
I can also make us like sneakier if you want that.
Yeah, let's go have a look.
I'm gonna lean over and cast Pass Without a Trace, and just basically color shift. So I'm going to use the power of light to change the color spectrum that is touching us to make it look like we're the same color as the sand. So just like blend it with the sand.
Okay. And you make your way over to the base of the pyramid. I'll have you both make investigation checks.
Allie's perception is so
I
low.
cast guidance on Finnan.
Thank you, because that's not my strong suit.
Callie's perception is so low that Finnan and Cocaine literally just disappeared for her. She was like, what?
Not even in this campaign anymore for Callie.
Where'd they go?
Well, I hope it helps, Finnan.
It did something. I got an 18 plus the 2, so 20.
Well, that's good, because mine's a 2 plus the 0.
Isn't Relalvin back with you? Don't you get to use your charisma for your perception now?
That's perception, not investigation.
Ah, gotcha.
I can see things really well, but I can't I'm not good at minutia.
You're a big
So-
picture kind of guy.
So you head over to the pyramid, and it takes you a while to kind of take a good look around. Eventually, you do find what appears to be what at one point may have been an entrance on the far side to where you are. It looks like there was at one point an entryway. You can see there are some kind of statues that come up on the actual stepped part of the pyramid, about a quarter of the way up, but it looks to be filled in with rubble.
Finn, do you want to do that thing where you sort of put your face up against it like you're looking in water?
Yeah, I also I can do the thing that I did. I can do that and then do the thing that I did earlier and just jump in there.
I'd prefer if you didn't by yourself jump into a tomb.
Well, I can take someone with me.
I'd prefer if the two of us didn't get jumped into a tomb.
Fair enough. It's just like if I do this eye thing, I won't be able to jump in. I'm pretty sure I need to be able to see where I'm going.
I figure unless we have a good way for more than two of us to get into the tomb, we shouldn't go into the tomb.
That's fair. Okay, I'll press my face as close to it as possible and use ghostly gaze to see through the wall.
You can see after about 10 feet, it looks like it opens up into a small hallway that continues past your 30 feet. But you can see there is what looks like there was once iconography on the walls that looks to have been scratched out. As you can see, kind of like carvings of chains that have been chiseled over whatever reliefs were inside.
I mean, we got a little bit of time. There's not a lot of rubble. We could probably make our way through it, or at least a good chunk of it, if you want to start working on that.
Why don't we go back with that information and see if we want to invest our time into going in here, or whether we want to go to Bacall.
Sure. And I think if we want to go in, we should probably bring Clack because he's like really good at stone stuff.
I'm probably not the team's rubble remover. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, it's fair. All right, let's sit back.
Okay. As you go and rejoin the rest of the group.
So that's what it does.
Yeah, you find out that it is in fact magical. It's a kind of artifact. You don't know the history behind it, but you do know that it has a few magical properties, as well as some artifact-based properties that you are unsure of exactly what they would do. You get the sense that it's the nature of the sort of like whatever sort of chaotic magic that fused these two. Like you get the sense that these were at one point two separate objects that have been fused together. Like each Kopesh has been the metal on the top, and then whatever thing it's been fused to, the rod on the bottom, are sort of two objects that were fused together by some great power at some point. But they deal 1d8 slashing damage as well as 2d8 necrotic damage. And if both Kopesh hit, the target must make a DC 10 con save or be reduced to 10 or 0 hit points. And it has no effect on undead or constructs. You also discover that to attune to it, you need to be evil, an evil aligned character. And it also seems to have, there is a curse laid upon it that if you, whoever grabs it has a chance of being infected with a long-term madness.
Guys,
I mean, this is Adam speaking, but Sean, you want those spurs. Now we've got these swords. I mean, like, you becoming evil really is beneficial at this point.
Lotus is the big bad evil.
when we find an evil friend, we'll be able to make them so powerful.
Hey Tim,
His name
I
is
got
Volcat.
a deep lore question for you. The previous priestess in
Mhm.
Nepi's order who got turned towards the chained oblivion, did she use Kopesh?
She did.
Mm-hmm.
As Finnan is walking back in and he looks at the handle of the one of the Kopesh, he's going to be like,
Mhm.
"Hey, wasn't one of those thingies called the Hand of Io? Could that be like the remnants of it?"
Can I take a little peeky?
You have no idea what the hand of Io
No,
looks like.
but does it look like a hand?
Yeah, he
One
said a
of
hand
you see
holding a
one of the
key.
handles. Yeah, it's like they appear to be like the platinum handles. Look to be that they once formed a rod. One end is kind of like a ball, and the other end is like a hand holding a key.
It's the fucking Hand of Io.
Gross.
Please do not touch it.
Oh yeah, this will make you crazy.
This is if it these are what I think they are. The previous priestess who was corrupted by the chained oblivion, Grixori, the priestess before Zespyria, she also used scythe. And they were embedded in her arms. My sense is these are those. If there is a time where we have a bit of downtime, I can tell you everything about the history of them. But not today.
Tim, do I get any particular inclination as to the key in the hand?
With you, you would like only that like in your identify you got the sense that these at one point were two separate magical items in their own right, that have been infused in kind of an unnatural way.
Hate that.
Okay.
Tim,
Mhm.
just a question about Callie. Like, if she touched this, it wouldn't affect her, right? Because she's already fucking crazy.
I guess we'll find out.
Why do we give her the amulet back?
Did we?
Yeah,
Yes, we did.
Just got it back.
Mr. Lightbringer had the fine idea of doing that.
Our
Keeper.
friend is deserving of our trust.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, you have to get like marooned in the elemental plane to learn a fucking lesson, guys. Don't trust whoever's holding the thingy. They dumb.
But I attune to it, so it resets.
That's how it works, right, Tim?
Sure.
Whatever.
Did you find anything over near the tomb?
Yeah, there's an entrance to the tomb. It's been completely blocked up, but it looks like the inside once had runes on the inside, and it's been scraped over with chains.
Right.
There's like 10 feet of rubble. Shouldn't be too hard to get through, eh, Clack?
Yeah, if we can get one of those. Oh man, I lost my clack voice. Oh man, I don't know. Sorry about that. Yeah, if we get one of those giants, it shouldn't take any time at all.
The question is, do we want to go through a tomb now?
I mean, I love a hole, but that's just me.
I worry about backtracking. If we're here, we want to maybe, we make the decision whether or not we go into the tomb or we don't go into the tomb, kind of, unless we want to deal with Bakal and then come back. Like, there are options, but I think if we're moving towards the Giants' encampment, next stop is Bakal. But I don't really want to go back to the tomb after going to the Giants. So do we want to see if we can learn anything about Velsum from this tomb now? Or do we push forward and see if we can investigate and see if we can learn something after the fact?
In Velsum's history that I read in the study, it talked of when he broke the Hand of Io, right?
Yep.
Did it say it did it in a tomb in Bakal or in the Amonkhet?
It was in Amonkhet. Where he broke it was not in the tomb.
Okay.
It was in his sort of base of operations, when he got his hands on the hand, he killed his
Dela.
love, Dela, and that essentially like melted away the magic. Like he used that power to break the hand of Io, and her blood essentially like
So death
melted
breaks the
through
seals.
and then he like from there the adventurers that had brought him this that he had hired then managed to stop him, but they killed him in that form, but his soul had split at that point
Into the Horcruxes.
mhm. And then it was already unleashed into the city, and the city essentially rose up, and the slaves that he had been fighting for and that like sort of downtrodden of the city took the city back in a horrible bloody battle.
Right. And would you have relayed what you saw in the pit to Nebby?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I would like the scorched earth policy is good to go.
He's trying to repeat history, it seems. This is not the first time that he has laid waste to the rich and ruling class. He just simply has more power now.
I mean, a lot of the pit were the rich and ruling class, at least by the looks of their clothes. But I don't think that was. I from what I can get the sense of, I think this is a matter of like, you're either Team Velsum or you're Team in the pit.
Team Velsum or you go in the tomb. Yeah.
I hate that you had to make it rhyme, but I love that you did.
That's in Letters poetry book.
It's powerful branding. In regards to this tomb, I know and appreciates the time crunch like me, but we did come here for information, and we are
there could be
sorely lacking in that. And we do got the giants, and I do appreciate a good hole as well.
Even on the off chance that there's a circlet in there.
Yes, I mean, we only spent, in essence, a day in the tomb of the Raven Queen.
Yeah. Should we give this a crack?
I think we should update the giants of intentions so as not to leave them waiting.
Yeah.
Of course.
Let me talk to Dresda. I can get directions to where they live. We have access to sending.
Yes. I will need to meet Dresda.
Oh, well, you guys have so much in common. Come on.
No, you have sending, don't you?
Yeah, of course I got sending.
Oh, then you can talk to her. I don't need to.
Well, I mean, if you want, she's really lovely.
I would
Very
like to
tall.
thank her, but I don't speak giant.
Well,
so.
I do, and I'm a wonderful interpreter. Here, Neffy, you're gonna love this. Come on.
I'll cast guidance on letters.
Oh. Neppy would probably still be kneeling in front of Zespyria's ashes, and you watch her very carefully fold them up into a cloth, and she tucks it into her bag. She has collected all of it. Yes, happy to come with you, letters.
Dresda, we have found out that there is this tomb here that may have information as to the enemy we're going to fight. So we're doing a little bit of reconnaissance. I was wondering if you'd be willing to maybe get one of your people to help us clear the blockage. I feel like you're a little hardier than us. And this is Nepentha, who is a big fan of your work, and she just wanted to say thank you for helping us out in our cause.
Letters, how do I say thank you in giant?
Glib glob.
Neppy would
make a performance check.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my god.
How well can you imitate his
Hold
glib
on.
glob?
Important question. Was glib glob actually how you say thank you, or are you fucking with Neppy?
Yeah, 100%. That's
Okay.
giant for thank you. It's glib glob.
Letters and I have a good friendship. I would trust him implicitly. Okay. I'm gonna. Do I have time to cast guidance on myself?
Nope.
No. All right.
It would look pretty weird if she was waiting for you to say thank you, and you were like,
Neppy's gonna bow, in deference. Okay. Performance is a +2. That's an 18.
Okay, yeah. You're able to capture letters accent very well. As you very reverently kind of glib glob, and you hear Dresda kind of, thank you. In kind of broken common.
Oh.
Let us. Would you be able to apologize to her on behalf of our order? That if there is ever any need that they have, they will be welcome at Temple Philenis for whatever they need.
So here's the great thing about Nepentha, is she is actually the high priestess of Temple Philenis, which is not too far away. I'm sure you know it. Philenis. Sorry, it gets lost in translation. And
Actually, Philenis in giant.
F's turned to V's in the accent. And she just wanted to say that as thanks for all that your people have done, you are always welcome at the temple if you have ever any need of them.
Thank you. We will take this to account.
Right on. Oh, and so we're going to go into this tomb. We don't want you guys to wait up. We can meet you at your village or wherever your home is if you want to give us directions.
And she
We
kind
can
of
just
like,
meet you there.
you see like in the sand below you, she kind of sketches out like with great accuracy the kind of landscape and the edges of the mountains where you guys arrived. And she kind of like sketches out a path that goes about a quarter of the way up that mountain into what looked like a cave system.
Oh.
There.
Neppy, you want to... Because I'm going to forget that.
Neppy already has her
I'll
journal
look
out,
at it.
and she is
I know it.
copying.
Sweet. Wonderful.
And as she
In that
sees
case-
you, like as you finish copying,
Mhm.
she notices, and then she kind of wipes away the sand.
Smart. But yeah, we'll meet you there. Could we get a hand with the blockage?
Yes.
Does Dresda still look injured?
She looks somewhat better now. You can see there's like some remnants of sort of dried blood, but she looks like she's faring all right.
Okay.
I will send a few over.
Thank you so much, Dresda.
She kind of heads out.
God, she is great. Like, I wonder how she became the leader. Do you think it's like a democratic thing, or like she had to like kill somebody for it, or
Perhaps both.
As you're saying that, you just hear as she's walking away, I killed many people.
oh, in common?
Yeah. Kind of broken common.
I love that. I love that.
You see the
She
large
would
kind
make
of
waves with the
scimitars
scar, I
swinging
can say
along her
that.
hips as she heads back over to the group. And you
What?
see a few minutes later two desert giants kind of lumber over.
While they're clearing that, what do we wish to do with the Khopesh? I can put them in the bag.
I don't think we have a better option.
There is, I don't know if evil objects, I don't think they interact with each other, or make each other more evil, but there is a lot of evil stuff in the bag. So I suppose that's the easiest place for them to go. Maybe we just hold the bag.
Oh, we should wrap it up in some stuff.
Oh, yes. A prayer shroud.
Some newspaper.
Nebby takes out
We're not there.
Doggy bag.
Nebby would take out like another prayer shroud that she has and
Okay.
wrap the Khopesh in it, tie it off.
Tied up.
What if I just touch it?
Callie, those things almost killed me about 10 minutes ago. So maybe don't.
Those have been responsible for the death of many, many people.
In all fairness, they are very good at killing non-undead and non-constructs. So were you evil, which I don't think you are, you could be very effective at killing people. But fortunately for us, none of us are evil that I know of. So it's a non-starter.
For the
Thank
day
you,
I go
gentlemen.
evil.
This is the cave.
And then we
When I
put
go in.
them in the bag of holding.
And they begin to help clear the rubble with you. It doesn't take very long. It takes probably about a half an hour for them to fully clear it out, revealing kind of a narrow hallway in front of you.
Wizards?
We haven't rested yet, have we? Just for
Nope.
my knowledge?
No,
Okay.
you haven't taken your long rest yet.
Okay.
And it's about 1
In the morning?
in the afternoon.
In the afternoon. Right.
I mean, how's
So-
everyone feeling? I feel
We
like
haven't, we also have, like, this is Emma saying this, we also haven't rested in a while. It's been
Yeah,
almost over
you're
24
pushing-
hours.
Yeah, you're coming up against exhaustion.
I would say maybe we should go and see what this is, because I wouldn't want to take 8 hours here
Yes.
and then have to take 8 hours again. You know.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm feeling good enough to look around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm
feel-
not
I'll tell
great.
you- I'll tell you how I feel in a second. I
Um,
feel like okay.
Yeah, I'm not great, but I can be okay in a moment. I am going
I mean,
to
has it been an hour since we've gone there to the tomb and back, Tim?
It's
Because like we
been-
came back, we just
yeah,
chatted
in kind of all the business that you've been doing. It's been about an hour, yeah.
would we
from like
expect
when
it-
Kokanee and I came back to just like quickly say that what about the tomb and then head over.
No, that would have been part of your investigation. So no, it's probably only been a half an hour since that.
Okay, so Kokanee and I would still have passed that trace on.
Neppy wouldn't have had time to squeak in a short rest, hey?
No, because you were looking at
I was doing shit. Okay.
yeah.
No. Then I am gonna have to heal myself before we go in there.
Can I have short rested while I was rubbing Neffy's back? Is that a thing I could have done?
You were doing less, so I would say you could have. Well, no, because you were helping with the healing and things like that.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
Need food and water for a short rest.
Mhm.
Unless
Do
you
we
say
want-
I'm munching down on some yums, doesn't count.
Do we want to clear?
Callie always carries Yop with her. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, it's so warm now.
Oh, warm yogurt.
Cali fucking food.
Yogurt in the
Kefir.
desert.
I like to think that it's kefir.
No, it's Yop.
It's
It's
yeah.
yacht brand. Yacht.
But kefir, whenever someone says kefir, I always think it's like a slang word for weed. I feel like kefir is like, yo, dude, want to go out and get some kefir? No,
Keef?
just me.
Yeah, just you.
Sis, yeah.
Keef.
Capsicum.
Keef is, I think
Sis, your
Keef is
capsicum.
Keef is a
Um,
word for it.
Do we want to clear the rubble and maybe have Kokanee and I scout out? Because we're very sneaky.
I'm going to be no use to anyone, unless I either heal myself or we take a short rest for a moment.
Let's just poke inside. If this is one room,
Yeah.
we'll feel silly for.
Yeah, we'll stand at
not
the
having
edge.
a
Holler
look.
if you
Yeah.
need us.
Stealth check,
I'll
yeah?
yell.
Yeah, you're gonna stealth down.
I'll cast guidance on myself.
It would be.
Sick.
Would it be a hindrance? Would it be a hindrance if I came, or?
You're loud.
To being
yes.
sneaky?
No
yes,
offense.
absolutely.
Neppy, can you magic me up some being better at things?
You've already rolled.
I haven't left.
Okay.
Because he said I'm gonna cast guidance on myself, so I was like, might as well get some myself.
Yes, I can cast guidance on you.
Lovely. Yes.
That'll be
Kokanee, you go
a
first.
7 plus 19 is 26.
That's a 16 plus 2 plus 20, so 38.
You're very quiet, both of you.
Hey, Dad, did you see my jump? Did you see my jump?
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
good jump.
yes.
I'm glad you got that
Sneaky I am.
guidance. I'm glad you got that
Yeah,
guidance.
you really needed that
important.
too, didn't you?
I wanted to hit 40, guys. I wanted to hit 40.
So you head in, and you can see for about 10 feet, and then Kokanee, you cannot see. There's no light source.
I will cast light.
All right. So you kind of light things up, and you can see.
I'm gonna be like, don't please turn it off.
It's too late. He's already cast it. Everybody sees you now.
Turn it off.
Okay, I'll turn
I'm
it
gonna
off.
cast dark vision on him.
Okay.
So now you're able to see.
Nice.
As you head in, you can see the reliefs kind of scratched out. It's difficult to make out exactly what they are, but you do notice after about 20 feet, it starts to descend. There is a staircase that descends down, and you notice the first kind of, there is like a skeleton kind of laid out in like, on the stairs. And as you begin to move down, you can see the reliefs are still kind of all marked up. And there are a number of skeletons throughout this tomb. As you continue to traverse down these stairs, you're kind of very gingerly walking over, trying to avoid all of the massive bones. After probably about 100 feet down, it kind of levels off into another hallway, and you see the reliefs are no longer near the bottom of this hallway. They are no longer scratched out.
Just a point of order, I cast Dark Vision on him through a second level spell through my my thing, my what Iron Stone or whatever it is.
Yep. You have to have that cast into it. Just so you
No,
know.
it just gives me the spell slot, doesn't it?
No, you have to cast it into the stone.
Never mind.
It's a storing spell.
Okay.
So does he have dark vision or no?
Yeah, I would have just used a normal spell slot then.
Okay, cool. So you head down, and you can see the skeletons now. They go on for another about 10 feet in the bottom of this chamber. It kind of widens out to about a 15-foot hallway that kind of is arced at the top, and you can see goes for about 40 feet. And you can see there is a massive pile of skeletons in front of you. Looks just like a massive pile of corpses that have long been dead. And you can see now the edges of the relief. You'll have to climb. You'll have to either climb around or kind of push through to get beyond, as they almost go up to the ceiling. But you can see the edges of the reliefs on the walls depict what look like a large kind of sitting dragon. I'll have you both make history checks. Although you were not at the...
Not that dragon. I think I know what Lennon's thinking. Not that dragon. I wish.
What if it was?
Yeah, no, you can both make history checks.
15.
I don't know if Finnan was there. When you released, was it at Grumbar or was it? No, it was in the forest. So I think in the forest of the Alder Dawn.
Yeah, I was there.
When you came to that grove that had a number of statues.
That was just Kokanee.
That was just Kokanee.
Kokanee.
Yeah.
Right.
So Finnan, you don't recognize it.
Disregard my 15.
You do know that it doesn't look like any kind of normal depictions of Bahamut. That's about it. You're like, that's not usually how Bahamut is depicted. 13. It looks, the position that it's sitting in looks vaguely familiar, but you're having a hard time placing exactly where you've seen it before. It rings familiar, but it's just kind of in the back of your head. So yeah, what would you guys like to do? You can kind of see this sort of mound of skeletons in front of you.
I think it's probably time that we go grab everybody else before we climb over a mound of skeletons.
I think that's not a bad idea.
We'll pop back up.
Okay, head back up. Bring everyone else back down.
We found large mounds of skeletons. We thought it would be prudent to not go alone, so it seems relatively safe though.
How long have they been gone?
They've been gone for 10 minutes, maybe. Not that long.
Anything alive in the...
Doesn't seem
mostly
like
skeletons.
My guess is that from what I've seen, anything that was undead is now gone. Right. Now that Zespyria is...
All right. Well, I'm going to cast a 4th level Cure Wounds on myself, just in case. Because a Neppy's not doing great. Oh, that was so awful. Okay. It's a waste of a damn spell slot.
Should have cast 4 first level Cure Wounds.
Yeah, right.
Everyone knows when you're not time pressed. You cast that first level. That way you get your wisdom modifier 4 times rather than just the once at 4th level.
But it costs you 4 spell slots.
Was that numbers talking
What do
there?
you do with first level spell
sound like
slots
numbers.
at
It did sound like
Actually,
numbers.
clerics do a lot.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah.
Wizards, at this point, I'm second, first, what do I even do? If it's not
barely
mage
even look
armor
at
or
them.
featherfall,
Yeah.
mage armor,
Okay.
featherfall, shield. Anyways, sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm a bit better now. So, shall we?
Yeah, let's go back down.
Okay.
All right,
You
Yana.
head down.
Let's see if any of these boys missed anything. Say with me now. Wizard
Wizard
watch.
watch.
Yeah, okay,
That
we'll
was
work
weird.
on
You
I
make
think it's
investigation
better
checks on
if
your way
we-
down.
I think it's
I'm
better
gonna
if
cast
we just say
guidance
it.
on Yana.
I'll cast guidance on letters.
Okay.
Two clerics.
Could you imagine
Two
just
cleric party.
16.
imagine-
16.
So I know everyone wants me to take a level in Bard, but I think I'm going to take a level in Cleric.
Mm.
You
I
said
was
that's
also
good
thinking of
luck.
taking
Good
a level
luck.
on. I think I was also taking a level in cleric next.
Yeah, you can take a level of
Good luck.
Cleric of Melora. I'll take a level of Cleric in Relauven.
Exactly.
Lettuce
I'm
can
gonna
take
get-
a
not a
level.
god.
Lettuce can take a level of Cleric of Lettuce.
Hey,
Is
Relavin,
there a
I'm
cleric where you just believe in yourself really hard?
A humanist cleric?
Is that a thing?
I think we're gonna have to figure
I'm
one
gonna-
out.
I'm
gonna
It's
type
a
that up,
great
guys.
class.
I'm going to make that right now.
But it can't be
God.
humanist because it's like it's
Yeah,
more
like
than that.
Like
great,
personist.
greatness of being
Personist.
domain cleric.
Personist. I'm a secular personist. Yana, what was your investigation?
Guidance is +2, right?
It's-
Plus a D4.
Oh, plus a D4. Oh, okay, hold on.
It might be only +1. Watch me just jinx it.
That's a 20, not natural.
29 natural. Okay.
Not bad.
As you head down, you do notice that amongst the skeletons, you do find a few that look to be armored. The armor is rusted and faded. Looks like it was maybe steel armor. But you can see it has a similar insignia to, it has sort of a draconic insignia on it.
Any words written on it?
There,
Nebby can read Draconic.
it doesn't appear to be any words, but let's see if I can find the image of what it might look like. You do notice though that the whatever material that the dragon is, it's been inlaid into the steel, and it looks to have kind of a pearlescent sort of shine, almost like the inside of some shells. Like it has that kind of pearlescence. It doesn't look
Iridescent?
magical. Yeah, iridescent almost.
And we haven't seen this insignia anywhere else?
No.
All right, good.
Very pretty, though.
Mm-hmm. But as you head down, yeah, and you see probably about kind of littered amongst, you can tell that there's, maybe 15 of these kind of, some of them, the armor is mostly destroyed. Some of it is a bit more intact. But it all looks to be fairly aged as you head down the staircase. And you can see the other skeletons kind of just have what is sort of tattered remnants of rags. It's hard to tell.
Okay.
So it's just a pile of bones.
Essentially, yeah, littering this hallway. And then you come down to the bottom and you can see there is just a wall of bones, essentially.
Quack, is this what you were imagining when you thought of
Mm,
when you were thinking of
no.
Toontown?
No, not at all. I mean, maybe
What I
if
was
they were like,
imagining.
I mean, if they were like serving drinks or,
So-
like had silly costumes on, that's sort of what I was thinking.
Or like
Like,
taking
it's like dark
pictures.
but fun.
Spooky,
know?
you could have them serving drinks in silly costumes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Is-
seems more fun.
Is the amount of bodies or the amount of corpses, bones, whatever, is it getting in the way of us maneuvering our way through this tomb?
Yeah, like you would need to you can see there is kind of a gap at the top. You either need to climb over or kind of try to push through it. You're not sure. There's just a lot of bones. It's like a wall of bones in front of you.
I got a question for you, Tim Carlson.
Lay it
You
on me.
gave me access to a beautiful, wonderful spell called Return to Earth. So in this spell, all corporeal undead within 30 feet of you that have fewer than 50 hit points must make a con save. Undead take 5d10 force damage. On a fail, half on a success. If the undead is reduced to 0 hit points, it crumbles into dust. Would you allow me to use this spell to dustify and reduce all of these bones? You can say no. I'm just asking as a...
No, only because it's corporeal undead. These are essentially objects. They're bones.
Okay.
They're just a pile of bones.
Well, that was my shot.
Put them all in the bag.
Just because if I say yes now, the implications of you being able to use that on other things are pretty big to just be able to turn things to dust.
It was worth a try.
Let's
Who
climb over.
feels
Slowly start
dubious
prestidigitating them away.
that
Wait,
there's
Before we climb
nothing
in,
that's going to
Just
jump
clean
out
them.
in this mountain of bones?
Before we jump in,
silly.
Neppy, I know you want us to be reverent to the dead. Can I shoot these things with a couple of bolts of stuff just to be safe?
Would you like me to see if there's anything undead potentially buried underneath them?
Oh, I can help with that too.
I'm not even. Yes, at that too, but also like just anything that's under there that's
Can
like hiding in the pile of bones, like a bone eater snake or something like that.
I mean, we're talking fairly loudly. If anything's in that pile of bones and is sentient, we're about to light you up. Make yourself known.
Fight us.
Echoes a bit, but nothing
Can I
seems to happen.
use divine sense?
Yeah, you notice two things. You do not sense any undead, celestial or fiend, and you notice that this ground is not desecrated.
Okay.
Ellie would relay that. She'd be like, this ground isn't. It's not desecrated like it was up there.
So the rest of the ground was desecrated, but this has somehow been kept safe.
Yeah.
This is a holy place, I think.
Probably.
At some point. The draconic like images that we're seeing in here, because Neppy noticed on the walk-in were like draconic faces with human bodies. Similar iconography?
Somewhat similar, yeah. There, it appears to be sort of like a, like on the reliefs down here, the dragon is kind of sitting in kind of a profile, and it seems to have its like a claw kind of out holding a large disc that has that same kind of pearlescent kind of shine to it, iridescent shine to it.
Has Neppy seen this before? Has Neppy seen that iconography before of that dragon?
Here's a question for you, Mr. DM, sir. This collection of bones and skellies, can I determine if it looks like they were just like piled up here, or if it was like a World War Z situation where they were all like crawling up to get up there and then like died? Like, is there any way that I can determine that? Can I like look at this and CSI the situation?
Sure. Make a. I would say this is like a survival check, as you're trying to sort of deduce actions that unfolded in a way. So you're trying to see kind of the movement of creatures.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love that. Letters has no survival. 12. Not bad. Not bad for letters.
It looks like they don't look like they were stacked here. It does look like they were sort of, this was their moment of death. Like you can see that some of them, the way they've kind of fallen onto the ground, it looks like they were maybe climbing over top of each other. So it does lean towards more of a World War Z situation. You're not exactly sure, but that's like just the way that they're stacked. They're not stacked sideways. They're kind of stacked this way.
Is there anything directly across the room from like there was something that like hit them? Anything?
You can't see beyond it. You'd have to climb up and look.
Oh, no, like they're all looking to get up here. What's going on over there is my question.
There's just more skeletons up the stairs.
Okay. Yeah. And no like blast marks on the floor, nothing like that.
Make an investigation check.
Do we want to do maybe what we did with the boat heading into the Bad Island?
13. You do notice a couple of holes in the wall behind you. It's difficult to tell. Like they're sort of about yay big. Yeah, they look like, but you're not exactly sure what made them. They just like holes into the stone.
Anything in there? Is there?
And
like
they look
bullet?
like there's like a blast. As you kind
like
of feel
impact, impact rather than like a carved hole.
You do feel what feels like a bit of metal inside.
Does letters have fingers?
Yes.
Letters have fingers.
He's been walking
he's
around
had
hooves this whole
time.
Do we want to try?
I can't believe I have to establish this again. He has little, smaller hooves than you would expect, and big, juicy, human, somewhat furry hands. He wears rings. He has like fucking crystal, like brass knuckles.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry.
We have art of this. We have visual representation. Sorry, Finnan.
Do we want to try to do what we did at the island with the reef and kind of blast our way through? I worry about climbing up a pile of bones, like just purely of like a let's not get scraped knees kind of thing. Bones aren't the most like solid climbable surface.
Yeah, I'd love to set fire to this whole thing. But first, Kokanee, put your finger in this hole. What does that feel like to you?
I put my finger in there.
Callie, if
You
there's
feel a
another
bit
hole,
of like rounded metal.
if
I feel
there's
like a one of your bullet boys.
A little big, I think, Tim,
Yeah, it feels a little bigger than what you're used to.
but about bullety.
Mhm.
Yeah, it seems like it, Letters.
Does that mean that like Arathis and her crew came and like, because like, does anybody have what you have except Arathis?
I have no idea.
Wait, didn't you say the other day when you were describing nope, I don't know if you actually did you describe your dream with no, it was Neppy. When you were describing when you scryed on
His
Vel-
father,
his
his
dad
his-
had a gun, right?
His father seems to have found a more rudimentary version of a long gun,
Yes.
like Kokanee has.
Stands to reason then that Arathis isn't the only one.
I think we should get through these skeletons. Let's get through these skeletons.
I think so. Should we blast? Should we
Go
do a
for it.
blast or
Yeah.
100%. Bonfire in this
Ba-
guy.
ba- 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 ba-
Yeah, you
ba-
just-
just like Eldritch Blast.
Just blast them
like
away.
a
Just like
power cleaner.
hunks of bone just go scattering down this hallway, which looks to be about another 80 feet behind.
While they're doing that, Neppy's taking a really good look as best she can from where she is with the religious iconography on the walls, looking for any other potential religious iconography that could be like, if this is a relief or a telling of a story, she's trying to put it together.
Yeah, make a religion check.
Oh, does that opalescence look any different now that there's light in the chamber since I've set a fire?
It does sparkle somewhat, like it just the
Cast.
natural light kind of catches off of it.
Okay.
gonna
and
cast
there is
guidance
sort of a
on myself.
shimmering.
We've used 3 different words to describe the sheen of this thing. We've used pearlescence, opalescence, iridescence.
15.
It's really trying to get across what it's like.
sparkly,
What sort of
shiny
essence is it?
Bit of
But
a
each
sparkle.
one is different.
Yeah.
I use
When-
I'll cast resistance on myself.
28.
Okay. Yeah, you see there is, as you kind of look along, now that you've got a better view, you can see the dragon is depicted again in a similar way. But as you kind of go along, you can see that there is a depiction of it with the same kind of circle on the, like with the pearlescent, iridescent,
Opalescent.
what else? Shiny, opalescent, sparkly disc, and in its other hand, it appears to have a rod, and then you can see that rod is being handed to what looks like someone in kind of finery, like a person kind of extending their arm out, and then you see like that person holding up the rod. That looks like it's kind of like a long rod with a ball at one end and kind of a hand with a key.
A question.
Mhm.
If I was to take these 2 objects and think about what the Kopesh look like,
I feel like
Yeah,
can
yeah,
Neppy
you
put it together?
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
I feel like Emma, if you can put it together, like
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
if you can do it, your character
Guys,
can, because like
I'm a bit smarter than Effie.
Callie can put it together.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
saying
like
a
I
lot.
think everyone in the
Yes.
room got it.
Can you
Like,
put it together?
Good. Okay.
You can
So-
also see as you kind of clear this, there are 2 rows of like armored skeletons. They look to be like they are kneeling. You can see that they have spears, and they are like the skeletons. Some of them have like fallen onto the ground, but others are kind of like resting in place, kind of kneeling with spears and large shields. And you can see at the far end there is a large double door with that same circular symbol. And there looks to be another skeleton kind of sitting at the bottom of it.
Can I take a peek through these folks, trying to discern. So there's the disc symbol on the door. There's someone sitting with like their back to the door.
Yeah, it looks like somebody sitting on the ground. It's difficult to make out at this distance, even with your dark vision. You'd have to go up and look.
Them?
Yeah,
I'll go right up. I'll go right up.
So you move around the kind of armored skeletons, and you find as you kind of look at the figure sitting at the base of this door, you can see there is a remnants of what looks like a gun. Somewhat, it's not a long gun, but it looks bigger than a pistol. It does look smashed in some way. And you can see the skeleton make a medicine check.
It's a natural 20.
It's a female skeleton. You can tell it's a female, even by the like mostly rotted away leathers that it was wearing. You can see on it had an armband with you can see just like a very kind of tarnished copper cog symbol on its arm.
I think Emma knows who this is, but Neppy does not. Oh, that's so cool, Tim. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's really cool. I just had a lore moment. Okay. I would call Kokanee over immediately.
Okay.
I think this was someone who worshipped Arathis. The cog and the gun. Is this female skeleton standing opposing where the bullet holes?
Yeah, she's at the far end of the hall, and you can also see on her belt there looks to be like a set of tinkerer's tools. They are in rough shape, but you can see there's like a pretty large set of tinkerer's tools.
Should we see what's behind this door?
Yeah, you guys can peek through it. I'm just gonna
move that butt.
Look at this.
Where did we find the first circlet?
The first circlet we found one in Barmwich.
Was it? Oh no, that was the bad, not at all Arathis place.
It was underground. We found the first one.
At the bad place.
Do you guys investigate the skeleton while you're standing?
Yeah,
there?
I'm thoroughly and deferentially going through it.
Yeah, Neppy wouldn't have. I'm gonna cast guidance on Kokanee.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
While he does that, I'm gonna just step back and be like, Relauven?
Yes.
When you were corporeal, was there a city called the Amonkhe? Or Amonkhe?
No.
Right. What about Carl?
No.
Right. Are you before or after? Do you know anything about the Hand of Io?
I know of Io. She is...
Do tell.
She is the creator of all dragon kind.
Is she often depicted with a disc?
Yes, many hold her symbol as an iridescent disc, symbolizing all of dragon kind.
What was she still pretty popular when you were about?
She was worshipped by many as the sole creator, and her two children held domain over large areas.
And her children were?
Bahamut and Tiamat.
Oh, that's hey, Neppy.
Yes, Finnan.
Just got some word from Relauven. Do you know Io? the goddess Io.
We've read the name Io.
You've read the name, and you kind of know that she was
like a proto-creator god.
kind of
Yeah.
considered, but you don't really have much information.
All I know from the research that we've picked up along the way, any religious texts I've been able to look through, is that she was a proto-creator god, but I don't know anything other than that.
I can confirm that because apparently Relauven was around during the time that she was like widely worshipped. She's apparently the mother of Bahamut and Tiamat, and that's her.
Oh, so we are in a temple of Io.
We are in a temple of Io.
Well, I suppose that makes sense, considering the mountain range directly to the east is called Io's Range.
I'd also go so far as to say a giant metal dragon with multiple heads could be related. I know we thought maybe Arathis, but Tiamat is pretty commonly depicted with multiple heads.
Say 17.
17. You find, after you kind of gingerly go through, you do find, as you're feeling what remains of her cloak, you find kind of tucked underneath her is a circlet.
I am going to pull out the circlet, and I'm going to take the armband and the tinker's tools and the gun as carefully as I can to maintain them.
Okay. The gun is in basically 3 pieces. It's in pretty rough shape.
Can I cast mending on
it? Not really.
Nice.
No, it's not quite that easy. It's a bit more intricate than that. You can kind of mend some of the tarnish away, but not able to sort of put it back together. And if you did, it wouldn't necessarily be in working order. It's a bit more of a project.
Kokini, I think I remember when you had me, we looked through the lore, the legend of your gun was created by a famed gunsmith named Mara Bell. And she was one of the through Arethis, created the original guns. I don't know, but
well,
I wonder if this is
I'm sure we will have time to find out.
Yes.
Do we want to go through the door?
I think we should probably
I
open
do.
this door.
Yeah.
I open the door.
Okay, so you go to open it.
Having learnt my lesson from the underwater temple, I open the door and put my full body in the way of the door.
Callie's still gonna get more hurt than Finnan.
So you go and push it. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Just me?
Yeah, as you go to push open the door.
Okay, it's cool. Because I was going to say, if it was an area effect, I would elect to fail it to try to help others. Am I close to Callie?
I don't know that she came up with you guys.
Nobody said she didn't say she did.
She didn't say she did. So that's an 18.
Okay. You can feel this sort of searing light as you push it open that extends down the hallway, but you catch the brunt of it as you're standing right there. As you feel this hot, radiant energy.
That's a lot of dice.
It's a lot of damage.
Take 35 points of radiant damage.
Okay, so I take 17 points of radiant damage.
Yeah. As you're hit with this sort of radiant.
Is the 35 halved?
No,
I didn't succeed.
You did not succeed. That's
okay,
the full,
so I halve it from my resistance.
Yeah. So you as you kind of push it open, the aura kind of dissipates somewhat, but you can see inside there is a rectangular chamber. In the center, there is what looks like a kind of a stone sarcophagus, but it's shorter. It's like a circle. The cylinder itself. The diameter is probably only about 6 feet across. And then you can see there's like an edge to it with like a domed top. Almost looks like if you were to stand up like a small bullet, I guess is the easiest way to describe it. Doesn't look like a bullet, but and you can see there's like a line where it's set on top, and there's runes kind of covering the top and the bottom part of that line. And around it, you can see there are 4 large statues in that same kind of armor that you saw, but this is like kind of brilliant platinum armor adhered to what look like almost like white marble statues. And you realize that is what's sort of emanating this radiant light as they all kind of stand back to back around this sarcophagus.
I'm gonna do what I should have done before I opened the door, and I'm gonna detect magic.
Okay. Yeah, you detect magic both on the statues and the sarcophagus has some kind of it would probably be divination magic coming from both.
Do we want to take 8 hours right here
Aside this door?
and then do this, catch the giants, head out
I think
before
that
it gets heavy?
I mean,
that would be
Spooky did have that thing. So can you do that anywhere, or does it have to be like outside?
I can do it anywhere, I think.
Cool.
Here might be a good place.
Mhm.
Nice.
Okay. So I cast Magnificent Mansion.
Yes!
And you
Oh my
see
God.
Is it a
A
tree
door.
house?
you see a door. I've got a whole thing. Hold
I
on.
love it. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
You see a door appear that's about it's surprisingly bigger than you would expect for Spooky. It's not like one of those kid-sized doors, but it looks like it's just been carved out of a big like cedar tree that's quite mossy, and it almost looks like a tree, except for at the bottom you see like a little ivory handle, and she's like, "Da-da-da! Ah, I made a door, but there's more behind the door. Do you want to see it?"
Very much so.
More than
Yeah.
anything.
Yes.
It's like
Yes,
a really
please.
cool door, just so
Yeah.
from the yeah.
Okay. And she opens the door, and you come inside. It's kind of like you know how when you have a dream and a place is the place but it looks vastly different.
Yes.
That's what Yana's mansion looks like. It looks really similar to the governor's estate in Barmwich. But it's not that. Anywhere you would see like gold detailing of any kind, you see like that same sort of like ivory sort of detailing instead. And anywhere that you would have seen pictures of like the governor or like Garl, like statues or things like that, you see portraits of Blackwater and her friends and statues like of different scenes and like moments throughout the castle.
Are
And
the tasteful busts
no,
there? No?
no, these are completely from
Clack-
Yana's mind.
Black put so much love into them.
Nope, they're not here.
Wait, is the statue of Command Callie there?
Yeah, there's like every room you walk into, there's like a different portrait or statue. And at the door you see just see the like tucks at first, and then you look closer and there's kind of like an ephemeral like ghost standing there with an emerald sort of tailcoat, and they're like, "Hello, welcome back."
And that's where we're gonna end it tonight.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, I'm so
All right.
happy you took mansion. That's
I love it.
amazing.
That's
love
such a
it.
good spell.
So good.
I've been
Oh
thinking
my
on that one
gosh.
for
I
a
was-
week or two.
I
I
love
was like
it.
on the edge between teleport and mansion, and Yours is much more tasteful than Letters' mansion.
Just would have been the dojo.
It would have been the dojo.
It would have been the dojo.
4 layers of the dojo.
But I mean, that would have been everyone would have seen the dojo.
No. It's different. There'd be like the first layer, and then the Gravel Boys
yes.
only.
Gravel
Because I think it's like a 4-story mansion you get. So it'd be like, okay, non-Gravel
No,
Boys
I think-
stay up here.
You got a lot of rooms.
I think the way that
it's
the
a
mansion
40-room mansion. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it just like, and you can like turn. You can just be like, this room is this now. Like you can
Yeah.
just
Decide
adjust.
what it is.
Manipulate.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So sick. It'd be like,
Sweet.
I'm very excited to explore Yana's mansion.
Right. Good stuff.
We
Well,
are playing next Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah, same time, same place. Come hang out with us on Instagram. Shoot us an email, blackwaterdnd@gmail.com. We have a Twitter. Come follow us on Twitter. Thank you so much to everyone who stuck around to the end. We love you guys.
Thank you.
thank you.
have a good
All
night.
right. Have a good night.
Night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.